Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to the Bard's Playhouse presents Tales from Shadow Valley, Season 5, Episode 6, Pride Cometh Before the Fall. Thank you all so much for joining us on this, the first day of June and Pride Month. Now let's bring in our wonderful cast. We have Eldritch as Khan, the God Carver Rizzolo.
Always great to be here, and I'm ready to celebrate!
Woohoo! Shane as Zavid, Keeper of Death's true name.
Happy Pride.
Elliot as Reese Guiltleaf, the Secret Scourge.
I'm here, I'm queer, and Reese is probably gonna grab some rear.
And Ash as Hierophant Danny Arion.
Happy Pride Month, guys.
Speaking of Happy Pride Month, everyone gets a bonus hero point in addition to your weekly one. And as always, I'm Lumpy Bronzearm and will be your DM for today. Last time, Lux Et Umbra arrived home to Druma from their long adventure in Abaddon. Upon waking in the morning, Reese learned the hard way that a new planet had come into alignment. Only able to speak the wet, squelching language of Abyssal, Reese was taken aback. Khan, having recently learned to view all magic from the point of view of the arcane, realized that Eox the Dead has aligned. A dead world of craters and rock, Eox affects occult magics, trading in casters' sanity for power. Once breakfast had been eaten, Bruce and Magdalene Mithralarm arrived, bearing good news. Khan's top-secret project M0L3 has been coming along swimmingly. In a recently renovated construction bay, the metallic mole rat loomed proud and strong. Giddy as a child in a toy store, Khan eagerly rushed inside to assess the progress on her magnum opus. Medbay, repair shop, personal quarters, all to her exacting specifications. A massive chassis for Shax's extinction core stands ready to accept its nuclear-powered source, stolen from the Rune Forge. Only one major hurdle remained. While the mole rat will be piloted by Khan, the computer systems require a consciousness. The consciousness of an intelligent creature with an instinct for digging. Thankfully, Lux Et Umbra knew just the gopher. Zavid sent a magical message to Rupert Moundupon Hill of the Phasing Moon Circle of Druids, a longtime friend to Lux Et Umbra. The awakened gopher was only too delighted to assist in saving Galarian and was off like a shot. Within only a few short hours, Rupert was hooked up via electrode to the mainframe of the mole rat, though missing several patches of fur. Zavid and Reese played Dig Dug together on the cockpit computer as Khan ran diagnostics on the hardware during the upload of Rupert's mind. With a chiming ding, the painless process was complete. Rupert said his farewells and traveled home once more, but the fun had only just begun. Khan woke up the mech's artificial intelligence for the first time, giving it the name Mouse and setting its voice to suave. As the mole apparatus operating system ran its initial startup sequence, Lord Sayora Maris entered the mech with news for Zavid. His requisition for information on any found sunken ships in Lake Carthen had borne fruit. The medical frigate called the HMS Dawnflower's Mercy had gone down 75 years ago in the war against Tar Bafan, the Whispering Tyrant. Knowing he needed bodies to raise as a crew for the Windseeker, Zavid grabbed Reese and Khan and was off like a shot. To aid in raising the sunken vessel, Zavid summoned Siselikash, the skeletal sea serpent, who replaced the water in the ship with air. Once inside, it soon became clear that these sailors died painlessly without a struggle in a massive wave of psychic energy. To learn more of what happened to them, Zavid spoke with the corpse of the captain of the Dawnflower's Mercy, Barton E. Bacon. Eager to not only serve Druma once more, but have a chance to save all of Galarian, Captain Bacon freely gave all the information Lux Et Umbra needed for their ritual. With the bodies in place, Reese began the Dance of the Spooky, Scary Skeletons, an ancient necromantic ritual known only to those with the most esoteric knowledge. Rising once more from their watery graves, the crew of the HMS Dawnflower's Mercy cheered for Reese Guiltleaf, the Lord of Bone. After making their way back to Druma, Khan had some studying to do. In between reverse engineering the divinely powerful runes crafted by Shax, Khan read through Inversions of Pentanometry, a book she had swiped from the Norgorberites beneath the streets of Axis. Though this book wrought havoc within her brain, ultimately she felt smarter for having suffered through the pages. Once the secrets of the god runes were unlocked, Khan crafted glorious armor enchantments for all of Lux Et Umbra, giving enemies pause against harming such glorious craftsmanship. As the sun set behind Gerald Guiltleaf's pink canopy, Reese knocked on the door of his mother Leilani's home. Knowing the coming conjunction will soon take him far away from home once more, Reese wanted to share one last cooked meal with his family. Laughs were shared by the mother and children over a pot of the second best stew Reese had ever tasted, because nothing tops a piping hot bowl of mountain stew code red. And that's where we come in today. But not with Reese. Within the Shadow Valley, home once again. It is a different day. Zavid, you are in your bedroom, and the first thing you hear is a knock at the door.
I'm reading a text. I've got a pile of books up on the desk. All of them are like geography, history, and religion books. And I'm drawing on a map, and I'm like plotting little things, and then every so often I like close my eyes, and it seems like I'm listening to something. Then after I open my eyes, it's almost like I just thought of something new, and I plot something else on the map and jot some notes down. I hear the knock, and I say, "It's open."
You open the door, and in walks Brick, the copper kobold of the Bold Ones. He was under the tutelage of Dirge, but since Dirge has moved on to a different hermitage, Brick has mostly stayed somewhat of a hermit in the forest. He spends a lot of time alone, but he walks in and says,
"Oh, Zavid, need you to know, there's a horse-drawn wagon coming up the drive. It's a little ways off, but whatever it is, there's something big driving it. It'll be here any minute. Thought you'd like to know."
Have Liliana greet them and bring them to the courtyard if they are friendly. And if they are not, have Liliana kill them.
"You got it, boss."
and Brick rushes off. A few minutes later, you hear Brick come back again, and he says,
Liliana didn't kill him. So it's a big guy. Orc, an ogre, a troll. I don't know, something. But
I put my hand up. I'm like, all right, I get it. I stand up. I think to go get like a change of clothes, and then I realize we've got some new abilities. So I snap my fingers, and shadows wrap around, and my outfit becomes a lot more cool and regal and befitting my station. And I don't know if we're allowed to do that. I just assume this is like
your demigods,
sort of.
Plus,
like, yeah.
Your clothes are all, as I said, Khan remade 18th level runes. They literally, in Pathfinder rules, cannot get stronger. So you have the ultimate armor that you can possibly get. And plus your demigod, so you can just snap your fingers and glamour it any way you want. Plus it's pride, you can glamour that shit.
And then out of my shadow, you see my shadow moves, like Shadow Zavid pulls something out, and from being produced out of the ground is Memento Mori as I take it and I walk outside.
Your incredible artifact staff. And as you... I should put her out there. Yes, Liliana is outside as well. As you come out, she walks up to you and says, yes, Zavid, sir, there's this ogre here for you. Says he has business. Name is Glaric from Corvosa.
I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I know him. Yeah, he's allowed in. You can bring him in here, and we can have our discussion.
Well.
Can you have what's our homunculus guys with the spoon? Bubbles.
Oh, I love Bubbles.
Say, bring him in, and then have Bubbles cook us up something with lots of meat.
Very well. And she walks off to go tell Bubbles what to cook, because they're
at least twice the portion size as normal.
Bubbles actually is in the kitchen if you look. And but as you do this, you see that the gate is left open and a large lumbering ogre walks out that you recognize. He's small by ogre standards, but still towers head and shoulders over you. He has a single monocle in his eye, and on his left arm is this mechanical prosthetic that you recognize. It was made by the Cogito Machinists, the cult of machine worshippers that you all destroyed. It allows him to be much more dexterous so that he can count coins, as he's from the Bank of Avatar. But he excuse my I can't talk today. Too much caffeine, and I'm excited. He pounds onto the ground and begins to walk through the gate. And he says, Oh, Zavid, wonderful to see you, my boy.
Cleric, my friend.
It's
How is Corvosa's where he's from?
Corvosa, yes.
How's Corvosa been? And I go to give him a handshake, and I realize he's going to crush my arm, so I just kind of make myself partially shadowy so he can squeeze as hard as he wants and not hurt me.
He does, and you would think he would squeeze powerfully, but the prosthetic he has gives him extreme dexterity, so he's able to control the grip strength as much as he wants. But he's just
This prosthetic is very, very nice. They did a good job on that.
They did a wonderful job. Yes, it's too bad they turned out to be so evil. Beside the point, after your sizable tithe to the Bank of Abadar, we decided it would behoove us to. We felt it was our duties to give you a gift, and of course it's fully tax deductible, so don't feel worried about the price thereof. But we thought that a philanthropist of your caliber deserved a particularly rare piece for your abode here. Perhaps you remember Lumpy Bronzearm? Her and her retinue, the gardeners of Corvosa, they are actually the reason that our former queen, Iliosa, was taken off the throne, and our current queen, Cressida Croft, has the crown. So the former queen had this private security detail of all women called the Grey Maidens, and they wore faceless armor, very powerful indeed, but they've been completely disbanded, and very few exist anymore of this. But I have been allowed to bring a single set piece from our vault. It has been gathering dust, and we were going to give this to you as a gift. And he opens the armored carriage to show this beautiful set of shining, shimmering plate mail with red accents all over it, a red flowing cape, a red coif down the center of the helmet, and it is faceless. There are no discerning features on the faceplate. There's no weapons, but it is a full suit of armor.
So I just made a society check. Do I know anything about the Grey Maidens?
Yes, you would definitely, with the 31, you would definitely know that they were, like I said, a private, basically the previous queen. I have a great picture of her, actually.
I think I might have seen this photo, too.
The previous queen,
I ran into some art of this.
She like, killed or fired all of the town guards and hired this personal army, essentially. Here, this is the previous queen of Corvosa.
Why was she overthrown? She sounds great.
She was like a dragon or something.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's
spoilers
it. That's
for Curse of the Crimson Throne, but yeah, she was super evil. But all of the Grey Maidens have been disbanded, and so these are extremely rare, very nice, finely crafted armor.
I see this armor set. I'm like, this is very, very nice.
Indeed.
Are you sure the Bank of Abadar is willing to sign this over to me?
Oh, indeed. It's been taken care of. The taxes have been taken care of as well. Nothing on your end need be done. It's been gathering dust in our vault since the rebellion.
And it's completely under my ownership, meaning I have full control over what happens to it, yes?
Indeed.
All right.
You're welcome to throw it in a lake and make it into a coral reef if you so wish.
That's what I want to hear. I just don't want historians to come knocking on my door like, you've desecrated a piece of history, because I'm going to make some modifications to this, if you don't mind.
By all means, there are plenty enough examples in museums.
Very good. And so I'll have it brought over. I'll just do Ant Hall and take it myself.
Easy.
In fact, I'll call over to our mimic friend.
Chompy!
I'll be like, Chompy, can you bring this to my lair? And I'm not going to say anything more. I don't want to give any clues to where that is.
He does indeed pick it up and take it down to your room. Do you want me to switch over to that?
In a minute, I wanted to say my goodbyes to Glaric. I'm like, Glaric, I've got food cooking for you. We're making some meat, something with meat. Big portions. Would you like to stay for a bite before you have to get back on the road?
Oh, of course, I am indeed a bit peckish, and between you and I, I've had this bottle of Pinot Noir calling my name all morning.
And then, fade to black as we're laughing and talking about stupid city shit and eating meat and drinking wine.
Yes.
Then I wave to him as he's leaving. I imagine it's like late afternoon.
Yep.
And I come back to the lair and I'm going to summon Liliana with me.
Perfect. There you go. You can close out of the Shadow Valley map, and I have the Zavid's Tunnel one for you. Just kind of trying to slam through this real quick so we can get to the fun stuff. The real fun stuff.
No worries. Well, I also have a little thing I want to tell her, so it might take, it's just slightly longer, hopefully not too long.
So Liliana, the former White Mother of Isker, your guard of Shadow Valley, comes down to you and says, "Yes, Zavid, you summoned me."
Liliana, you are obviously aware of the huge change that has taken place in Galarian and the multiverse in a very short time since your death.
Yes.
And your rebirth. The goddess Urgathoa has been slain. Something that has been troubling me. I know that those who are devoted to Urgathoa are very devoted, because her worship of her is basically outlawed in almost every civilized country. Even Ustalav, they have to hide from the law. Yes. So knowing that people still go out of their way to worship her means there are probably some who are pissed off at her absence. Those who are becoming aware that she's gone are starting, the ones who are like the clerics and stuff, they're going to be learning very quickly. I do not want retaliation. And so we need to find these elements and either bring them to our side. I imagine those who are more hedonistic and following her tenets of pursuing pleasure in life will want to follow Reese's example. And those who are more just about undeath and immortality will probably follow any one of us others who are more about sort of the magical and arcane. Actually, I would say between Danny and Reese is the pleasure stuff, and then between Khan and Zavita is like eternal life and undeath stuff.
Yeah.
And so, like, I would like to bring them to our side, but I know there will be some holdouts. There are cults out there that will not be happy about losing their goddess, even if someone has replaced them. It's not going to be like when Iomedae took over Erodin and a bunch of people were like, okay, we'll follow Iomedae then. I don't think it's going to be that easy with these followers. Right. And I pull out that map I was working on and say, I can hear some of their prayers sometimes when I really concentrate. And cross-referencing these history books and sightings of these cults and their activities, along with where I think I can hear them from, I'm like plotting spots where I think cults are still active on the map of like Aveston specifically. And I know there's like some in Garund and other places, but I'm just kind of focusing on our continent here. I'm like, I think we could send some of our undead acolytes out to meet with them, but I think it wouldn't be enough, which is why I've come up with an idea. You have heard of heralds, yes?
Of course. Every deity has a herald.
Well, we are sort of together a deity. And separate, we're more like sort of semi-divine beings, not unlike sort of, I don't know, an eldest or something from the first world, but we're more like together we encompass all of what Urgathoa did by herself. We can't have one herald for us all. At least it wouldn't really work the way we would like it to. So instead we were thinking of having 4, but instead of calling them heralds, I came up with a fun name, Grave Guardians.
Ah, I like this.
Liliana, I want you to be my Grave Guardian.
I would be honored, sir.
This would mean you would have to leave Shadow Valley with a contingent of our undead, and you would meet with these cults of Urgathoa, these remnants, and you would demonstrate to them the new way. And those that are willing to accept our rule and our place as the gods of undeath will get their powers back. And those who do not We want to cling to the old ways of Urgathoa because we will not be following all of her tenets. Things will be different. Those apostates will have to be dealt with.
Indeed.
And I know you'll have no issues with that.
Of course.
To facilitate this, we've just received a gift from the Church of Abadar, and I take like a thing off of the like a dust blanket or something off of the armor, and say, "You know more about the Grey Maidens than I do, I bet."
Ah, yes. The gods of the Queen.
I'd like to make some modifications to this. For example, it's too red. I want there to be purple to make you stealthy. I want that to be blue as well. Blue does for orcs.
luck.
What does that do?
For luck.
For luck. Blue and red. Blue and purple are going to be the colors.
Cool.
I think Zavid will probably go for, and real dark shades too, to be like shadowy and stuff. So I kind of want to do a paint job. I want to make sure they fit her,
For sure.
get her situated. Yeah.
Shall I try it on for size?
Yes, I'll give you some privacy, because even if you are a creation, my golem, I still believe in common decency. And
Thank you for
I'll let
that.
her.
And she puts around a curtain, and you hear clinking and clanking. Okay. And a moment later, you see a brilliant light shine from above the curtain as you hear a loud clank as something heavy hits the ground. And she says, "Zavid, what just happened? What is this?" And she pulls back the curtain, and you see on the ground, not only is Liliana glowing in this new armor, but there is a massive spiked flail upon the ground. The ball of it is the size of a halfling's entire body, mounted on a large barbed chain as thick as a man's arm.
Now, was this something I figured could happen? Choosing
Yes.
her as the guardian? Like, I knew that by
It would
making that
bequeath her
decision.
something.
Yeah. So, I say, when you accepted the role and donned the armor as a symbol of that acceptance, I knew you would also gain some sort of weapon. I had felt almost like a tug of my power, like something would happen. But I also did not know what weapon it would be. I let you, your subconscious, choose the shape. So this is something that you must believe you'd be proficient with.
My goodness. It's heavy. She picks it up, and I edited together a little fun image of this for you. Great Guardian Liliana Thriceborn pulls her large-sized flail up in two hands and says, "This feels right. Together we'll reclaim undeath." I think this is where we're gonna cut from Zavid's
yeah.
scene.
That's so sick.
Thank you. I worked really hard on this session, you guys. Like, really hard.
Good.
So, I'm gonna say Reese next.
Oh, real quick.
yeah,
I just
sure,
wanted
sure,
to
sure.
say that Glaric is one of my favorite voices that you do. You do so many, and I love Glaric
Thank you.
specifically.
I love
That's all.
Glaric, and I need to give credit where it's due. Glaric is stolen 100% from the cartoon Freakazoid from the 90s. The character's name is Cave Guy. I love Glaric. He's one of my favorites as well. So, Reese, you, the next morning, with your sister Adelina, you use your Entshard Stride ability to walk through your father's tree to the snowing land of Skildmer, where you left off Gunnar and Anyanka previously.
Yeah.
Currently snowing, and you just roll a perception publicly. The DC is low. It's not the 35 that it's currently set to. It's
Okay.
call it 30. 30.
Okay. Hold on. Let me go to skills.
Yeah.
You say perception?
Perception. Good
Cool.
enough, yeah, 30. So you can hear that there's some commotion over at the coast, where the first time you came to this town, you pulled up on the Windseeker. After you climbed down the mountain, obviously, I kind of hand-waved you climbing down the mountain after you teleported in. But you can see that once you get down to the coast, that there are several longboats out in the water, some of which are actually flying through the air, but some of which are still floating in the water. And you can see that one of them, there's a lot of hustle and bustle on one end of one of them, and you can see that there are a few small dinghies, like rowboats, that you could easily take to get out to them. And Adelina will say to you, well, last I heard, Anyanka was outfitting these boats with those magic flying doohickeys that Con put on the Windseeker. Our best bet is probably one of those.
Yeah, let's go take one of those.
All right, sounds good. So you hop in a boat, and the Skildmer map is fun just for another moment. As you're floating out, if I introduce him fully, it's going to give us another 10 minutes. So this is just, you just hear this. In the distance, you hear a bunch of training, men and women, ha, hya, clanking spears, clanking shields, and you hear the familiar sound of Gunnar's voice booming and saying, "No, you must be swift as the coursing river, all the force of a great typhoon. You must all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side on Njord," as you're rowing down towards the ships. You can close out the Skildmer map. I've got a different one for you now.
Okay.
Coming into view, you see a longboat, and there are actually many, many people on here moving about, doing repairs. I just didn't want to populate it. But you do see Anyanka Jenkins, your gelatin friend, on the back, working with some magic items. And I have a picture of Anyanka. And Adelina will say, "Ahoy there! What you doing there, you gobshite?" Here's Anyanka.
Oh, Adelina, Addy, Reese, what are you doing? Get out here. Get up on this ship. What are you doing out in that water?
And Reese jumps aboard the new ship, I guess. Well, I have a proposition for you.
Why? I'm listening.
All right, so some stuff happened where I need an advisor.
Well, I've been doing the same. I've been doing that for Gunnar. I'm sure I could give you some advice.
Yeah, but this is more like almost like close to a lifelong.
Well, I think I pretty much got that when Zavid brought me back from that pile of bone and ash.
Perfect. I love this. Great. Well, you see, out of character, can I tell her straight up that, like, I'm a deity now and I need a
Yeah, you can
guardian?
tell her you're a demigod and you
Yeah.
need a herald, basically.
Alright. So, it's like, I've essentially, since we last met, become a demigod.
Oh, shite.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But every demigod needs a really good herald. And
True, I suppose.
I couldn't think of anybody better fitting than you.
Oh, Reese, I'm honored. I mean, of course I accept. I've known you since you were just a wee pup. I mean, of course.
Oh, amazing. Well, I can't wait to bring you. He looks at the ship aboard, and they just all laugh.
They have a good laugh, and
Yeah.
as you're laughing, you see that her large witch's hat begins to fray. Every stitch comes undone as it falls apart into a stream of string.
Oh, what the heck is going on with my hat?
And as it falls into a pile of just yarn, but this ball on the boat ship, the ship's floor, whatever the word is, deck, that's the word, it begins to spin and recontort itself back and reweave itself into a new hat that is actually difficult to stand near because it radiates such coldness, but this spiky ice shard covered hat sits before Anyanka on the ground. She says,
Did you know that was gonna happen?
I had a feeling that a weapon or accessory of your desires would happen, yes.
Well, you know, that hat was starting to look its age. This one's pretty nice.
She starts to pick it up.
Ooh, look chilly even for me.
She places it lovingly on her head as she begins to glow in icy blue as the moonlight shining through a glacier. Grave Guardian Anyanka Jenkins is now in play.
Yes! Join the party!
Then we can cut
I like
quickly.
The idea that anytime she uses her icy powers, the skeleton beneath the gel glows like a bright white, so you can see it softly, like luminescent
Oh,
under her
that's
like
awesome.
new.
Yes!
Like
body.
Kirkov radiation. Sick.
Yeah. So just anytime she uses it, you see that activate like whoom, to remind you, like, oh, she's undead. She's totally
Awesome.
undead.
She's super undead. Alright, next we cut to Baldebard's Tower in Khan's alchemy lab. Khan, what would you be kind of futzing around with? Because you had summoned your friend.
I
In the
think
meantime.
Pawn is working on her new fucked up cape. Her new evil cape that is terrible and awful.
Describe it for a moment.
So, Pawn is trying to do something awful and make a cloak made of flesh.
It's pretty awesome.
She ideally wants it to be somewhat prehensile so that she can move it around with her mind, perhaps.
Oh,
so
that would be so
using
good.
probably trying to, keep getting the most out of her phylactery technology. Maybe she's even using like some of the tech that she would use to communicate with the Molbeck. She's essentially using robotics and necromancy and taxidermy to make a cloak that'll move on its own, and yet is made of living meat.
Oh, that's so sick, and I love it.
Really fucked up, right?
We're making this happen. We're making this happen. So, but as you're working on this mega fucked up cloak, your good friend Wasilka the Gastastic, your friend from the circus in your childhood, you can hear her. You hear her coming before you see her as she's jingle, 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 jangle up the stairs. But she's holding her little doll Charlie, through whom she speaks. And when she comes up the landing, she says,
Oh, good morning, Khan. How you doing today?
Good morning. And she's just like, she has a big old like syringe of formaldehyde, just like sticking it into something.
That's, ooh, is that preserved lunch meat or is that? Oh, right. You're probably not gonna eat that.
No, not fel eating, not fel eating. But ignore this, and she kind of like sweeps her desk. I wanted to talk about something, something related to, the new demigodhood and responsibility, and
Oh, I was wondering about that. That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen when you absorbed that shadow.
Oh, that was nothing. That was nothing. There's going to be much cooler things in the future.
Well, I hope I can be a
and-
part of them.
But that's exactly what I want. I want you, and she like takes Wasilka's hands. I want you to be able to help me.
Anything.
I want you to be able to go around, and help, establish our new, I don't know what to say, regime, but, the new status quo, as under the domain of death and undeath.
Spreading the good word of Lux Et Umbra.
Exactly! All of the good things we do, all of the good things we are going to do.
You know, I've been writing them down.
and she pulls out this book that looks very much like a Bible, and she flips through it, and it's got a lot of blank pages. She's clearly been writing in it, and she says,
All of the tenets I've been learning from you all this time. I've been writing them down. Ambition and freedom and truth. They're all real wonderful things to look for in life.
and as she's kind of describing this almost dogma that she's kind of writing on the spot, it's sort of like the first gospel of Wasilka,
Yeah.
this book that she's writing, and as she's describing it to you, her gray eyes kind of roll back into her head as she begins to elicit a bright glow, and as it fades, upon her brow is a headband made out of leather, like supple ghoul leather and spider silk. And in the center is a round medallion, which half of it is a brilliant sun and half of it is a crescent eclipse She is wearing a headband with a holy symbol of Lux Et Umbra.
Hell
Rage
yeah!
Guardian with Silk of the Gastastic is now an option for sending off into the world. Because I like the idea of the sun and the moon for Lux Et Umbra, light and dark. Okay, and then last one I wanted to get to before we can jump into our festival. You can close out of that in the bedroom of Queen Dany Arion, sitting reading a book, as per frequently, when there is a knock at your door.
I don't even think she pays attention, as she's just like really deep into this book.
Then the door creaks open a little bit, and you see a blonde elf woman pop her head in, as Tsariel the Lost, the wizard you saved from Urgathoa's palace in Abaddon, pops her head in and says, you wanted to see me, your grace?
Oh, yeah! I had a couple things I wanted to talk to you about. Can I call you Tess?
Of course, Tess is fine.
Cool, because I feel like we're gonna be together for a really long time. And Tsariel is a mouthful. No offense, it's a beautiful name.
It is a bit much. Flowery, to say the least.
It's why I changed my name from Daniela to Dany. It's just a mouthful.
Understandable. I did have one request before we... Well, I suppose you go first. You're the queen. Forgive my rudeness.
Oh, please stop. What is it?
No, just go ahead. You can do yours first. Above table.
Oh, okay. So, I brought you up here because, yeah. A lot happened in the underworld, didn't it?
Yes, I imagine you went through quite a bit before you rescued me. I don't remember much from the last 1,000 years other than being under Yukiko's thrall.
She was a bitch.
Yes, she was. I'm glad you took care of her.
Same. Same. With the whole new, I guess, stuff that's happened, and being in charge of, well, you know, all that. Would you like to be our new Herald? Is that what they're called?
Herald.
Herald. Would you like to be my Herald? Because I couldn't think of a better person that would be able to be by my side.
I would love this. And well, speaking of long time and, well, committing to the pod, I suppose, that's another reason why I am here. As you know, I spent a hellish millennia in that castle being fed upon by hundreds of vampires daily for all these years. And Zavid was right. As soon as I got away from it, my body's been producing blood non-stop. It burns my veins. The iron clouds my thoughts.
I'm so sorry.
I'm begging you. Please drain it from me. Allow me to join you as a vampire. It burns my insides every inch. I need this blood gone. I will do anything you say as your herald if you'll give me this one gift.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't worry, I'll never bite you ever again. But
She gets onto her knee and bows to you and says, "Please, I beg of you, take this crimson curse from me.
you want me to turn you?
Please. Every moment is a burning hell."
You are completely aware that I don't know how to reverse this.
It couldn't be worse than what I'm dealing with now. It feels like arcane magic is pumping through my veins, electrifying every nerve, every moment.
She takes a moment, like, you actively want this. You don't want to live the rest of your life as an elf and
I
just
lived 1,000
frolic
years
in-
as an elf in a basement.
Yeah, but you're not in the basement anymore. You can frolic in the sun.
It's a bit overrated. Hurts the eyes. I got a bit used to it.
Who needs it? Who needs the
Who needs
sun?
it?
So she's going to look at her, and then she's going to nod her head. She's going to go up one moment. She's going to go up a flight of stairs, go to her shelf, and pull out a consensual form.
Checks out.
Oh, yes,
Um,
of course.
Come back down, present it to her. I will only do this if you write with your consent.
Release of
want this.
liability,
Release of
please.
liability. Yeah, she will do
You
so.
cannot
right?
sue me afterwards.
She'll write a full letter of I, Tesariel of sound mind and body, all this, this, that, and the other. And yeah, she will sign it.
She looks at it and she's like, I wish I had this option. Okay, well, she puts it back into her drawer. And she's very confused. I don't think she's ever turned anyone.
He's not. This will be your first siring. You've actually, she's the only person you've ever even fed on directly. The only other blood you've drank was from Sir Hop, but it was more like a Capri Sun. Tesariel is the only person you fed off of.
Does Danny taste the arcane thing that she was talking about? Do you taste like that
She
weirdness?
would. If she does it, she would taste it. It would take. You know how like when you put a 9-volt battery on your tongue?
Ooh, yeah.
It's like
yeah.
imagine taking a drink of something, but also that.
Why does all of us know what that tastes like?
Because who doesn't?
I don't, but I would think it's like when you're drinking a fruit juice, but the juice has been in your fridge for too long and it's started to ferment a little bit, so it's got that little bit of that alcoholic kind of pungent taste to it, like it's almost bad to drink.
Unctuous.
Yeah.
So she is going to grab one of her mini vampire books and then just be like, just let me read up on this 2 seconds. It doesn't take me any more than that. And she just skims through like 100 pages real quick just to make sure that she does it fine. And she's like, okay, if I fuck this up, can't believe I actually said that word out loud now.
Just drink
This is
until
my
you've
first
had your
time doing it.
fill.
Okay. And that's what she does. She will set the mood so that way it feels nice and calming and peaceful because, you know, this girl is gonna die.
Yeah, she is. And you sink your teeth in, and immediately your pupils go into pinpricks as your vampire instincts take over, and your sanguophage instincts take over as you begin to drink deeply. Your stomach begins to stretch out as you suck every last drop out of this elf. And as she falls limp within her hands, she begins to glow green, and in her hands materializes not quite a staff, but as an elf yourself, you recognize it as an elven branched spear. It is a multi-pronged bladed spear that appears in her hands, and her eyes begin to flutter as you look down at her and see her vampiric fangs. Grave Guardian Tesariel has now raised in your room as a sanguophage vampire herself.
What? Of course she has to be hot.
Of course, it's like vampire rules.
It's the rules. It's the rules.
Did someone ask if she had to be hot?
Yeah, you don't
Of course
ask.
she had to be hot.
Vampires have to be hot.
I'm the only one that'll play as Nosferatu and not play it as an ugly character.
No,
You will be the
like
Gary
ugly.
Golden.
Yeah.
I like ugly characters, and I especially love when someone purposefully plays a traditionally beautiful race like vampires or elves, but ugly, because it's so funny to me. In Dimension 20, has anyone ever seen Fantasy High?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a character named Galir who's like the stepdad of somebody, and he's like a balding elf. Elves don't bald.
They don't bald.
He's pudgy, and he's like sad and
That's funny.
divorcee. So he's like he goes, I was eating yogurt and I got some on my shirt. And now I don't know how to get the stains out. He's like kind of pathetic when he's an elf. So he has that sort of light way of speaking. It's just very funny. The idea, that juxtaposition is very interesting.
great.
I like that shit.
It's very funny. All right. So after that, it's going to be a couple of days, and since it is a new day, I need Zavid, Khan, and Reese to roll me will saves DC 39. Zavid, you have to roll twice, actually.
2 wills.
2 wills. Khan
All right.
and Reese, just 1.
Oh, I'm
Reese,
good today, thank
first.
goodness.
Here's the second.
Khan saves. Zavid saves. Zavid, pass or fail. Yep, or meet or beat. You save. So no one comes under the effects of the alignment today. Happy Pride.
Yay!
Happy Pride.
Did I have
Oh.
to roll or no?
You do not yet. Oh wait, Colt, you do. Throw me 1. DC 39. 1 will save. I forgot. I was thinking about primal magic. You are an occult bard.
Okay.
You also pass. Everyone passes. So
I was ready to be like, oh, in case it was a fail, but you got it.
You got it. Everyone got it.
Hell
Fantastic.
yeah.
Happy Pride. Let me get this. So, smash cut to the festivities of Etran's Folly. The 3 of you know that this is a yearly thing because you've been here. Reese, this is going to be new to you, but this is the annual festival. You can hear it off in the distance as you're walking down from Shadow Valley. We'll say the 4 of you have gotten together this morning. You're entering from the west, and I will load that up now. If you have music, now's a good time. Welcome to the Pride Fest, everybody. The only order is the top left corner is last. Everything else you can do in whatever the hell order you want.
I've
Amazing.
dragged
So
Bruce
talk
along
amongst
as well.
Oh, is he here as well somewhere?
Yeah, of course I've dragged them along.
Yeah,
Basically our anniversary.
that's true. It is.
I feel like Mythanar needs to be there, I'm sorry.
I can throw him on here as well somewhere.
Definitely think he.
It's their first pride together.
That's true.
Aw.
But he will insist on wearing his board shorts and
oh.
his board. His
Okay.
surfboard.
Okay, but like that's a whole look, that's a whole vibe, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
We
so
love them
they're
for
here.
him.
They'll be milling about. It's a pain to control them, like
No,
physically,
they're-
tokens. So I'm
yeah.
So I'm not gonna do that. But they're here. You brought your dates.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, talk amongst yourselves. Decide what you want to do. Just go somewhere, point and click adventure, and we'll find what we've got.
Oh my god, I love it.
Danny's gonna go straight up to Zavid. Zavid, you know who's probably here? The Chilaxian Reaper person.
Yeah. They probably are here. And they're probably selling their poisonous peppers to everybody. And they're probably sabotaging the happy celebration that we're having right now by torturing people and putting awful shit on their tongue. So thank you for that reminder.
You're gonna try it again this year, and hopefully you've built up some sort of tolerance. I've been putting it in your food for the last year.
He slowly turns his head towards you, like, and it does that sort of a dolly zoom thing from like
Jaws.
or like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where he goes, it killed me to put that tumor in her head. And he goes, what? And that's Zavid right now. What? He goes, is that why I haven't been able to taste anything?
Yes,
I thought I was sick. I thought I had a cold that wouldn't go away.
you're welcome.
I imagine Khan is just laughing her ass off
Oh,
with this
100%.
conversation.
100%.
I think Zavid just kind of looks at his hands, and he realizes that he's been poisoned this whole time by someone he trusted. And he's going to just where am I?
On the
Far
far
left.
left.
Far left. That's not left.
Far
There I am.
left middle.
I see. I'm going to be like, excuse me, pardon me.
And there's more people than I've put on here. It's just there's already a million things. So
yeah,
like
I'm
I
gonna
said,
get
top
off the
left
main
corner
path.
is last.
I'm gonna go right up to oh shit, it's been a
This
while.
one.
This one. I was gonna say the many or something.
Oh, that's a cool name too. Shit.
That is cool.
This one,
I
the
think that's a
many.
canon name. I think that's somebody in Pathfinder. I think that's why that came to mind.
I also there's a Gripply Oracle I named Many Voices 1. She heard the whispers of like insects.
I had to go live on a mountain where there are no bugs just to get some peace.
This is this one. Yes. Go ahead.
I go to this one. I say, this one. It is good to see you.
Oh, hello, Zavid. It is good to see you again.
How's the mushroom business in the Darklands?
Oh, it is splendid. We've had quite a bumper crop this year. I have several new delicious mushrooms if you are interested. We have several new mushrooms if you are interested.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's the one in charge that's claiming to be all of you?
We have been on the surface for too long. You are rubbing off on us, so to
You're
speak.
getting better at blending in. Yeah, it's working. Okay. I just learned I have been poisoned by my good friend for who knows how long, many months. Do you have something that can return taste to my taste buds after spice has destroyed them all?
Ah, indeed. We have these.
And they pull out this cap, this purple cap. It seems to be almost. Have you ever? This is a really obscure reference. Have you ever seen that scientific experiment, the pitch drop, where they're dropping tar and it takes like 10 years for one drip? No, I'm the only one. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a mushroom that has like tar slowly dripping off the edge on the round. It looks gross, like it's bleeding tar. And this one says,
this will return any amount of taste, no matter how hard you have been on your tongue. Comes from the deepest recesses of the elemental plane of Earth.
Oh, the ultimate palate cleanser.
And as you say that, you actually see skittering up next to you is Jimothy with his gas mask saying,
Oh, hello there, Zavid. Yes, this one really does know what they're talking about. I've read about that mushroom, and it helps me with the Chilaxian Reapers.
I know, I trust it, but I also know that medicine never tastes good. So this is probably either incredibly bitter, or I give it a sniff. Does this smell like anything?
it's bitter, tar. It smells like tar.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. I turn around and I look at Danny. I lock eyes with you, and I'm like, "You did this." And I'll say, "How much do I owe you for one of these?"
Oh, you have been so kind as to let us use the basement of Shadow Valley. This one's on the house. Plus, seeing you eat it will be reward enough.
I'll take it. I'm not gonna eat it right away. I'm gonna walk over to
As
Danny.
Right before you walk away, you hear a familiar gruff voice say to you, "Hey man, make sure you got a dang old chaser to go with that grows that little mushroom there, man." And you realize that Jazz Rotgut, Dirge's brother, and his Bobby Boo Bear, his companion, is right next to you at the stall, looking for mushrooms.
I greet them. I say, we'll have more time to catch up. I'm dealing with a serious conflict in my friendship with our mutual acquaintance Danny, and
You gotta make sure you take care of your friendships, man.
yeah, I would come up to you and I say, let's find that Chilaxian Reaper lady. I'll eat that Reaper. Then I'm gonna eat this. Then, if I puke, it's gonna be all over your dress. All right?
I have prestidigitation. It's fine.
Okay. I say, hey, anybody who wants to see this queen get puked on, follow us.
Before you leave this one, do you want to see the 3 items they have for sale? They're kinda
Yes.
Oh yeah, sure.
I've made items for pretty much everybody. They first have the Moongrave Truffle, grown
grown only where the moonlight meets the grave soil.
Soft, pearlescent white with necrotic veins. Smells of lily and loam. It gives you 10 minutes of dark vision and spirit sight, which is like you can see ghosts around you or ethereal creatures. And it also, for the next hour, you can ask a single yes or no question of a nearby spirit. But after it wears off, you become drained 1 because of the spiritual overload. There's ember fruit spores, which these basically act like little alchemical bombs. You throw them and they're like little fire things. They make your enemies clumsy, which is kind of fun. And Mind Lace Petal Caps grants us 2 status bonus to Occultism and Arcana for 10 minutes. You can use Read Aura, Detect Magic, or Identify Magic once each, but all of your thoughts are broadcast telepathically within 30 feet for like an hour or something. 10 minutes.
I love
So
that so much.
All your thoughts? You can't
All of
hide
your
any
thoughts.
thought?
You can't hide any thoughts for 10 minutes.
Nope. Reese can't do that.
I love that.
I want one.
You want one of
Buy
the
one.
Mind Lace?
I want
Basically,
one of those too. That
we're
seems
gonna
really
say-
funny.
since essentially you all have essentially limitless funds, anything you want, you can just have. We don't have to discuss gold.
Oh, thank
At this
God.
point
I'll
in the
grab-
game,
I'll
there's
grab
no
one of
point
these.
discussing gold. So Zavid and Khan want one of those. The third one.
I'd like to take one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants anything that I point out, just say so.
Okay.
See, what does Ember Fruit do? That's a
Also, the
hybrid
one
dis-
that does
Oh.
drained one, I'd like to take like
Mind
The
The
Lace.
ghost one?
Which one is that?
the ghost one.
The ghost
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Reese will take
Okay.
the ember one.
Okay. Then Reese, you get. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
I
There.
forgot what it does already, but it sounded
Ember
cool.
fruit. You throw it, and thrown in combat, creatures in a 10-foot burst make a reflex save, or they're clumsy 1. If they eat it, you become immune to fire damage for a round, but you take persistent fire damage for 2 rounds after that.
Yeah.
So, like, if you need to, like, run through a waterfall of lava, like, you could do that. You could eat it, and you would take a little bit of fire damage after, but you could run through a waterfall of lava, one
Yeah.
round of crazy
That
fire
seems
damage.
like a Reese thing. Yeah.
That's a Reese thing.
I want that for the glowing Gatorade sweat. That's what I want it for.
Me too.
Yeah.
I want to feel a sweet rave with my fucking Ember
yeah.
sweat.
So before we go to the peppers, let's do a Con and Reese. Where do you two want to go?
Good question.
You can pick, like I said, anywhere but the top left.
Anywhere but the top
eh?
left.
Yep.
I
Hmm.
am really freaking intrigued by this main stage. I mean, that's probably like a big thing, but it's like, ooh, what's going on?
There's not a lot going on here, but you do. Give me a perception or society publicly, either of them.
Okay, cool. Perception, society. Okay, they're the same. I'll do perception.
All right.
In the Tower or public?
Public, please.
That's a 34.
34. Well, Reese, give me society or perception publicly. I'm sure
Yeah.
you have society.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hold on, let me get my way over to Con. And I'm dealing with Cat. Pardon me. Society. Where the... I don't know where my thing went. Ah, shoot. Dude.
Character sheet.
There we go.
it is.
I don't know what
That's
I
enough.
rolled.
Yeah, 40. And society. Good. Yeah. So Reese, you recognize them immediately. Con, you didn't recognize them because you were probably at the pie eating contest by this point. But Reese, you recognize the band playing. It's the Fae Fighters from the Festival of Sagas in Skildmer.
I actually recognize them too.
That's great. That's funny. There is the image. I knew I had one of all of them. There they are. It is the Viking musicians playing the bones. Very guttural, powerful, but very it really instills you with a sense of pride. What do you do? Do you linger? Do you just kind of pass by? Do you jump on the stage and dance? What do you do?
Khan's gonna clap along with the music.
Okay, Reese.
Reese just looks at Con and goes, okay, so want to do a fake battle and fight to this badass music?
Oh, 100%.
Yes. Yeah. So.
I want to see performance and/or acrobatics or athletics. You three, you both can choose between the two of you. They're the physical skill checks.
Cool. Let's see.
And this is just a skill off.
Right. I don't know where the heck my what happened to my screen. Anyway,
Alright, you gotta beat a 40.
Ooh, he does.
I do.
So, Con, what do you do? And Reese, how do you deflect it?
Con is doing like a bunch of like overly complicated spins and backflips, with like pretty easily telegraphed, impact points. I imagine that since Reese is using athletics, he's just like stopping them with just pure brute force and unbroken stance, not once giving her ground.
Pretty much like poom poom parrying like every single one.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. And you see that at the end of the stage is, I should have had his image ready. The bard that you have known, Eldritch Con has known since literally session 1. Good old Flonk is playing his lute at the end of the main stage.
I'm the number one Flonk head here.
Oh yeah, you're a number one Flonk fan. You were a Flonk fan from day one.
Exactly.
Which is funny because in the way he's written in the AP, you're supposed to hate him. He's supposed to be obnoxious. But yeah, and I will show this roll. Flonk rolled a nat 20 on his performance check to see.
Hell yeah!
Of course he did.
He gets it. He sees what's happening. He knows who you two are. He's like, oh, this is happening. And he immediately looks at the band and he gives them a look and they understand because they're musicians and they just have that Wi-Fi thing that going on. All of the routers are connecting. They change pitch to a minor key. They start every time you do something dramatic. Give me another set of whatever physical skills you want and then explain what you're doing.
Nice. I'm doing acrobatics again.
What does Flonk call his fans? Flonkies?
Yeah, flonkies is good.
Oh, I think I'll do acrobatics and try to like counter whatever you're doing, but fail at that.
Failure.
But you have the cool spotlight.
Sorry, I thought I muted myself. Didn't mean to cough into my mic. So Reese, what do you try to do with acrobatics and Con? How do you dodge out of the way?
I think what Reese tries to do is like tries to jump up mid-air and like almost like tries to get high enough where he can almost like flip and go down with his blade to like knock her over, but I don't think that's what happens.
I think
Con, why does that not happen?
Con like perfectly sidesteps. Like you even like shave off a single one of her like hairs with your blade as you're swinging it down. But she just like perfectly steps to the side. It's almost like she teleports behind you. She does a little kick into your back and you stumble forward and you lose your gracefulness.
Oh, the shame.
They start to kick up the music. It gets into a crescendo pitch, and I think we need one more some physical thing. Just do and I'm gonna say that like you could include stealth or thievery. Those are physical skills.
Ooh. I'm gonna do athletics. It's obvious that Con is trying to like steal your weapon and beat you at your own game. That's what she's trying to do. So I'm gonna use athletics for that.
I'm gonna use stealth so I could dodge out of the way because I know Con long enough that I'm like just gonna try to steal my shit now that I'm down. God damn it!
Try to like melt into the crowd.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see him. 36.
Alright, a 36 from me.
Oh, that's gonna be way higher. 52. Reese, critical success, beats it by a 16. So, Con, what did you try to do again? Try to steal his weapon?
Yeah, she tries to steal his weapon after she's kicked him down. So she like lunges for it, and I guess that creates an opening. What does Reese do? I guess it's stealth. So
yeah.
How does Reese get away?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reese Reese sees the little hand coming for his weapon and rolls out of the way and just like... Can I just say that he has like a little smoke bomb just for flavor?
Yeah, sure.
Puts, emits like a rainbow glitter smoke bomb, and then he is just gone. And I'm gonna put him over by the transfer.
Sure, that's where we're heading. Hard cut, actually. Over to specifically that one. That was exactly where I was headed next. Good. So good guess there, Elliot.
I'm missing context. Why were you guys fighting?
Because it was
They were putting on a
cool.
show.
Yeah.
They went to the main stage and saw the Fae Fighters from the Skjoldmur Festival of Sagas and Flonk playing music. So they decided to put on a fake battle just as a show. And then Flonk rolled a nat 20 on his performance check to understand what was going on. And they just gave them epic fight music. It was great. The crowd went freaking wild.
Okay, that makes sense. I was like, I know, I figured it was a spar, but I'm like, why are they sparring in the middle of the festival?
It was cool.
For
It was
funsies.
very fitting.
For fun.
So let's see. Zavid and Danny, since Reese picked the correct one anyway, or Elliot picked the right one with unknowingly, head over to the Transflag wagon.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, over to the east where Reese is. And I'm gonna move you.
Oh,
just a
I
bit,
thought,
Reese.
yeah.
Yep. I didn't know that there was a person there.
Yeah, there's an NPC there.
Yep. I'm moving us both. We're all...
Sweet.
And anybody I call out, so anybody who wanted to witness this, like
he did call out.
the
So
rock
there's a
cut
gathering
or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mythanar would definitely want to see if his sister's gonna get puked on.
Oh yeah, let's.
I feel like that is like I'm watching
That's
this.
a brother thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll call out to everybody as they start to gather around us. Well, actually, first I'll greet our, is it Percy?
Yes, Percy, the drow elf
Aw.
with long
I
white
love
hair
Percy.
and yellow eyes. Percy Month. She is actually one of the few who moved permanently into Etran's Folly after the last Pride Fest. Yeah, so Percy has actually lived in Etran's Folly ever since. Same with this one. But yes, as you approach, Percy says,
Oh, Zavid, Lux Et Umbra, it's great to see all of you. Welcome back to Pride. Happy Pride, everybody. Interested in any peppers, berries today?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna need one. And also, I'm gonna need you to never sell her another Chilaxian pepper after this because she's been using them irresponsibly.
Well,
They
she's-
are flavor enhancers to your food.
She
You
has
didn't
been
com-
poisoning my dishes for the past, I don't know how long. Probably since last year's festival, if I had to guess.
Well, I've been selling her a steady stream for about a year.
I don't blame you, Percy. You had no hand in this. You're just trying to make a living. I blame the one who I trusted not to do this to me. But we will need for one last. Give me your spiciest. Give me your spiciest pepper.
Zavid, you can't! You'll die!
Make-
You are going to poop so poorly.
If I die, then you know who killed me.
Danny, are
I
you
didn't kill you.
Danny, are
Oh,
you
didn't
okay with knowing that he's gonna shoot himself to death?
Mythanar
I have
says,
been-
all I know is I just want to see my sister get puked on.
I have been.
And he,
putting
like,
Chilaxian
high
Reapers
fives.
in all
Yeah,
of
high
you
fives,
guys'
Reese.
food.
And then next to Percy from within the wagon, a head pops out of a halfling woman with brown hair, and she looks familiar to some of you, not Reese, but to the rest of you. You see Tiffatina Zigglemeggle of the Phasing Moon Druids pop her head out, and she says,
Hell yeah.
Oh, hey, everybody. Well, happy Pride. Great to see all of you again. It's been so long. Sorry. You remember Dahlia here? Last time you met her, she went by the name Squirt.
Oh yeah.
and then Dahlia looks to all of you and says,
Wonderful to see all of you again.
and goes back to her archery practice. So Percy says to you,
Well, I've got several of these ones I've been working on. These for my private collection. These particularly hot. The Scovilles are off the charts. I think they're in the millions.
I'd
Ooh.
like to take one, and I'd like to eat it.
Okay, then we are
Okay.
going to go with a DC 43 Fortitude save.
Damn.
But also, I'd like to do a performance because even though if I fail this, I want to look at Zavid in the eye and be like, see? Fine.
I want you to fail, and I want you to make a performance, and I want you to fail that too.
Yeah, 43 for the Fortitude save first.
Okay. Can I argue one thing?
You can give yourself guidance. That's
Okay.
probably it. So I'll add a 1 to whatever this is. 41,
Oh.
you fail by 2.
Ugh.
Okay.
You can
I-
hero point it.
I'm going to hero point it one time, and if not, then
Okay, then you need a
I'd like to make
natural
an
14.
argument in favor of Danny in this scenario.
Okay, let's hear it.
These are beautiful peppers. Shalyn would be proud that she is sampling such a beautiful fruit. She's also subjecting herself potentially to a lot of pain.
Pain.
Zon Kuthan would be very happy that she's eating these peppers. So I feel like maybe she should get some bonus or a reroll or something. Up to you. What you think is appropriate.
I'll give her 1 free reroll. So you need a natural 14.
okay, let's see.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Through the power of Shalyn and Zon Kuthan, the beauty and pain of this pepper, you managed to get it down. I still want to see that performance check. I'm going to lower the
Yep.
DC to 40. I was going to raise it if you failed.
Let's see.
So you didn't critically succeed, but you did succeed.
All right. So if you fail, I imagine I'm gonna see beads of sweat coming down your forehead as you're like, I'm
But it'll
fine.
be like, but it'll be just like in Bridesmaids. No, in fact, I could eat another as she's just sweating.
I need to see that scene. I haven't seen Bridesmaids, but that
Oh,
sounds like
it's
a really
so-
good scene.
It's a good.
Oh,
there it is.
it's
50.
great.
That's a critical. That is a critical success on your performance check. So Danny,
Yeah.
just you describe what happens here.
She, like, as Percy's talking about this is the newest one, I'm like, can I please have one? And she gets it, she's looking at it, and she pops it in her mouth, and she chews it, and she's looking at Zavid, and she's like, see? Not poisonous. Nothing to it.
David smiles and he says, "Yes, that's true. I've come to terms with the fact that it is not poisonous. But I think you misunderstood me. This mushroom wasn't for me." And I give you the tar mushroom and I say, "I want you to eat this and reset your palate so you can taste what a Chilaxian Reaper tastes like to normal people, so you don't have your deadened taste buds anymore. You kind of jumped the gun here. I hope you enjoyed that pepper, because after this, you're going to feel the pain like the rest of us." And I also turned to everybody like, "Nobody try this at home with your own queens. They will behead you."
She's
So I
not
give
a
you
normal
the-
queen, she's a cool queen.
I give you the really bitter mushroom to reset your tolerance to peppers.
I feel
Do
like
you
she's
take
gonna
it?
have
Do
a
you
hard...
accept-
Yeah, she'll take it, but I feel like she's gonna have a harder time probably with this than the pepper.
Okay, well the mushroom is it just tastes gross. There's no rolls for the mushroom, but it just tastes like medicine-y and bitter and disgusting and thick.
Ugh.
But then do you eat another pepper?
I grab the other pepper. Percy had 3, right? I
Yeah.
take the second. And I'm like, here you go.
Yeah,
You like these peppers so much. Why don't you try another?
Fortitude
have
save,
another-
please. DC 50.
no! She's been working years to get this up!
You accepted the challenge, and now everybody wants to see how great the Queen of Druma is. I mean, you're undead. It shouldn't even be that big a deal for you, right?
I still have taste buds, Zavid.
Oh, I thought it was a
37,
nat
critical
19.
fail. That is a critical failure. You immediately begin to start sweating. You turn beet red. You
Can I still have a performance check, please?
Sure, yes. DC on this will be 45, so not as high as the save, but still higher than it was before.
If you puke, I'm assuming it's going to be extra Kyle.
Her stomach's not gonna be feeling well tonight. Hold on, let me find my performance. There it is.
I've shared 3 items that Percy has for critical failure.
You should
precisely.
wait. Are you sure you want to critical fail this, or you maybe reroll with a hero point? Up to
you.
you.
Hero point that if you want.
All right, I'll hero
Because
point.
two crit fails in a row goes from you were so composed to just utter. I don't know. That's like so humiliating. I don't want that for you. I don't want that to happen.
4 to get a regular failure.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Actually, if you had given yourself guidance, that would be enough for a regular fail. So let's say you don't need to use your hero point. That's enough for a regular failure. So you're not like on the ground, snot coming out your nose, but you're definitely You've got that streamy makeup, but it like looks good thing happening.
Percy, I'd like to take 20 of these, please.
Coming right up.
I imagine the crowd is kind of just chuckling and laughing. It's sort
laughing.
of good-natured, sort of like
with
when you watch anybody take something really spicy, you kind of see the reactions. It's kind of funny.
It's good-natured laughing, but yes, there are laughs. I've shared 3 items just for time's sake. I don't want to have to read through every single item.
Oh, can you pop those up again?
Yeah, sure. If any of you want any of these, I will leave them up on my end for a minute or so that you can tell me you want them. There's a Whisper Leaf. It gives you bonus to recall knowledge checks. There's the Elusiberry, which bonus to deception checks. And then the Sunblush Melon gives you resistance to fire damage in an aura and an increase in diplomacy checks.
Ooh, I'll take the Sunblush.
Okay. Khan wants Sunblush. Actually, you know what? I will put these on your character sheets later, and since we have them recorded, I will hear them later. So, Ash, what did you say you wanted?
All 3.
All 3? Okay. So yeah, there we go. I won't throw them in your inventory. That'll be much faster. So,
I will also take those as well.
Hold on. I have my end of the bargain here.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, it's your part.
I have to have a
right.
chillaxian.
I jumped the gun.
I can't just have her eat all this shit and then not eat any of my stuff. That would look really bad. So I'm gonna
100%.
take that last hottest in the world pepper. I say, well, you have suffered. And now I will suffer with you, Danny, but this is the fucking last time we ever do this, and don't add this shit to my food ever again, and I pop it in my mouth.
But I would like to fight this also as well. I have been adding this pepper, not this particular pepper, but her peppers, into their food for like the last year.
Yep.
Like little bits. So I'd like to think that his tolerance has probably gone up.
It definitely has. You're gonna need the same DC she had the first time of 43 for Fortitude. I think you need like a 16. You don't have high fort.
I'll give him
Oh!
Wando! Go ahead.
Let's go.
This is your moment in this. Down here.
I eat this pepper, and it's hot, very hot. And weirdly, though, it's a different experience than the last time I just ate a pepper and thought I was gonna die. It's like the spice it was always in the way of the flavor. But now my deadened taste buds, I can kind of get through to the flavor behind it. I think with a nat 20, I'm surprised. I'm like, kind of doing the breathing thing to like, you know, because I'm sweating. It's not like it doesn't affect me, but I'm like,
yeah.
That was really good.
Thank you. I've worked really hard on this strain. It's particularly fruity and woody. Did you get the hickory notes?
I
Back
did.
of the throat?
I did. I look at Danny, who's just kind of giving me a smug, like, I told you so look, and I say, I guess sometimes I could be a bit more open-minded about what foods I eat. But don't think I prefer this over meat and cheese. That's all I'm saying, alright? This is nothing compared to that, but it's pretty good.
You remember that one stew that I made that you really, really loved, and you thought it was the best thing ever? It had these peppers in it.
hey, what's that over there? And I like leave.
Yeah, let's say, Colin and Reese, what do you want to go next? I accidentally deleted a couple of people off the map. I didn't mean to.
I think. Let's see. I'll go to
Whoa!
the pansexual tent.
This is- I just want to say, this might have been the most character development Zavid's ever had. It's just coming around on spicy food is huge
Right.
for him.
That's a huge arc. Which one? Oh, there's no one up there at that top when they're Reese. Unless you mean the guy here, all the people.
Oh no, he's just gonna look in and be like, "Ooh, pretty colors." Go around and then he actually wanted to go to the little non-binary tent and see I forgot her name, but I remember her and she's like amazing.
Yes, you do recognize her actually. So for everyone else, over on the western side, near the let's see, I can circle it if need be. Drawing. Whoop over there. Does everyone else go with Reese, or is it just Reese alone? Doesn't really matter.
Go with Reese.
I think I need to like go use the bushes after that whole episode.
Yeah, most definitely. So, Reese, you walk up and you see that immediately what you recognize is the desert goblin Sadie. Who
Yeah.
met in the deserts of Assyria at those ruins. She is a professor of archaeology at the University of Andoran, Khan's home city.
Sweet, yeah.
And she is looking through a bunch of baubles at a shop that is owned by a very lovely halfling woman with curly hair and a big hoop dress and a bowler hat with a flower in it. And she has little gloves on her, gardening gloves in her hands, and she looks at you and says,
Oh, hello. It's wonderful to see another customer. I'm Margie Millshire. Welcome to Margie's Magical Mysteries. What can I do for you today?
What do you have in stock? They're all so pretty.
Oh, I got buttons and pins and all kinds of fun stuff.
I want to show over the game or above the table. This is where all of you got your snap leaf pins, those things that like give you your slow fall that were so helpful. So she's the one who sold you snap leaf pins. But I've
got several things here you might like. I've got the button of belonging. This helps you with, making good impressions on other people. Or if you need to, rough them up a little bit, it can make you scarier. I've got the puff of pride. It's a little charm shaped like a heart. But it just makes you a little bit better at everything you try. I've got it. Oh, this is a really hot item. I've got the hug pin. What this does is it just it bolsters you a little bit, makes you feel like you've got a warm hug all over. And before I forget, everybody who comes to Margie's gets a cookie of comfort.
and she hands you a cookie. What the cookie does is every customer, whether buying or browsing, gets one. It's a warm homemade cookie that always seems to be fresh from the oven. The flavor changes based on the person eating it. Warm chocolate chip for some, tangy lemon zest or molasses spice for others. Somehow it's always just right. Once per day after eating one, you gain a +1 bonus to your next saving throw against a fear or emotion effect. It fades if not used within the next hour. As Margie always says,
You're braver than you think, and you've got a place at my table.
Oh, this is like the free mom hugs person at Pride. I love this.
yeah, she's the mom hug.
Well, Reese is going to take, at least one of everything, but at least 2 extra buttons of belonging, because Zavid might need them. And he just doesn't want to let Zavid, fail on a time we need the charisma.
True. That's true. That could be very helpful for Zabi, actually.
I'm thinking of the party here. But yeah.
Do you eat the cookie?
Yes.
What does it taste like? It's perfect. But what does it taste like to Reese?
To Reese, it's like biting into a warm snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly what it's like. It's warm. It tastes like home, even though you don't have any memories of your mom making you snickerdoodles.
Nope. It's
it's perfect.
It is.
Well, thank you so much for your business. Glad to see you and happy Pride.
Thanks. And he scampers off to wherever.
Before you run off,
Say to you, hey, Reese, before you leave,
Hmm?
I was wondering if you could help me with something.
Oh, yeah.
Between you and me, I've been trying to look for a ring for Taffy. She just keeps hovering around the jeweler, and I can't seem to get her away. Do you think you could, I don't know, distract her somehow?
Absolutely. Where is she?
Where did I currently put her? Taffy is
Yeah.
over by...
She's over by the instrument dealer currently. Over by the central pond, the fountain.
Oh, okay.
Could you just keep her away for a while? I
Oh.
really appreciate it.
Oh, that is easy. Oh, I'll go say my hellos, and he wanders all the way over.
Thank you so much.
We can cut to someone else from here. Con, where are you going? What are you doing?
Well, I think her token may have gotten taken off the map.
Oh, shit. I think I accidentally deleted a few things. Here you go. I put you by the fountain.
Okay, there I am.
Khan just goes, and just gone.
Falls into another dimension. And yeah, you can go wherever you want. Except
Yeah,
top
she-
left. That's last.
Instant transmission appears next to the fountain. Or whatever the sound effect is. Yeah. What are these purple vats? I'm curious.
Those are large oaken barrels of wine.
Now we're talking!
Now it's getting good. You walk up. A large, round, bald human man sits in a wide chair beside a roofed wagon. And next to him is Gliric, very difficult to miss, the large ogre. Several barrels are sitting out near him, and a table covered in filled wine goblets is laid out before him. He raises a chalice to you all and says with a smile so broad it nearly forces his eyes closed,
Ah, the Pride celebration comes at last to these lands again. Let the songs be sung, let the food be cooked, and let the wine be drunk. My name is Jorgen Pine of the Pine Vineyards. I have a fine selection of vintages from the southern slopes of the Menador Mountains. Please, you may sample some if you wish.
Oh, just as long as you're offering, I might as well taste them all, to give, feedback! Yeah, feedback! Yeah!
There are 3 standard ones from last year that don't confer any mechanical effect. There's the Belkzinfendel, the Andorran Malo, and the Winter's Blush Rose Centennial Vintage from grapes that were picked on 4700 AR. But
I have 2 new vintages on offer this year I did not have previously. One of them was inspired by that lovely drow girl over there, Percival, I believe. Percy is her name, yes. I call it the Blushfire 21, or the Reaper's Kiss.
Ooh.
Served in...
I was about to ask how you could make a wine inspired by a Belson, but no, this makes perfect sense.
Yes, those horrendous hellfire peppers of hers. But yes, it was served in chilled and iridescent glasses rimmed with sugared cinnamon. This rosé is the drink of choice for the brave-hearted, the drama queens, and the lovers of all things fabulously excessive. It's also a great way to resolve a friendly dare-duel. Blushfire 21 greets the nose with a deceitful softness. Early aromas of wild strawberry, candied rose petals, and sun-warmed granite lull the senses into serenity. But as it kisses the tongue, sudden kiss of the infamous Chalaxian Reaper pepper ignites the mid-palate in a velvet blaze. This infernal burst is tempered masterfully by notes of blood orange marmalade, crushed mint, and a late alchemical sweetness reminiscent of starflower honey. The finish a long, smouldering, and flirtatiously cruel, like a secret whispered at the wrong moment. Ideal when paired with a grilled phoenix skewer, sharp-eyed aged cheeses, or lovers who enjoy danger. And he wiggles his eyebrows a little bit at you.
Okay, Orson Welles.
The French champagne.
Your one cadence there literally was like known for its renown. Blah 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 blah.
This is a farm we know, yes.
Well, Con is obviously gonna have some of the Blushfire 21.
You down a glass of the Reaper's Kiss, embracing both the warmth and pride and the wrath of the Chalaxian Reaper. The wine is as potent as it is flavorful. You must attempt a DC 36 Fortitude save against the burning heat of the Reaper pepper, please.
Okay, you got it.
And I'll tell you what happens depending on what you roll. 36? Oh, 46. Critical
46.
success.
We're so back.
You're so back. You master the flame. For the next 10 minutes, your voice becomes fiery with booms with fiery confidence. You gain a +2 bonus to intimidation and performance checks, and your next melee strike deals an additional 1d6 fire damage. You are completely unaffected by the heat, you show off.
I must say, Con, I tried some of that this morning and it burnt my hairs right off my head. I'm amazed you were able to down that entire glass.
This is Galeric from booming above you.
You know, it takes someone to appreciate, you know, a fine vintage, you know, being around, you know, all the chemicals in my lab, it gives me a unique palette, one could say.
It is a bit accurate, I must say. I'm a bigger fan of this other vintage of his.
And he picks up another tiny to him, goblet and starts sipping on it daintily.
You should try the Frost Kiss Reserve.
Ooh, why not? So Con is just getting wasted over here.
Wasted, yeah. So Jorgen picks up another.
Served chilled in a frost-rimmed glass, this wine is perfect for cooling down after fiery festivities or pairing with spicy dishes to balance the heat. The Frost Kiss Reserve offers an ethereal bouquet of alpine berries, crisp glacier water, and a whisper of mint. Upon tasting, it delivers a refreshing chill with notes of juniper, snowdrop petals, and a hint of wintergreen. The finish is brisk and invigorating, leaving a trail of visible breath and a tingling sensation on the palate. Please, have a glass.
She just like slurps it down. She's drinking it like a shot, even though it's a goblet. It's just like glug 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 glug.
Gonna say a 37 fortitude save on this one.
You got
For
it.
every time you finish one of these drinks, I imagine your like new eye just blazes with power. Like you're like powering up from it. Like,
Oh, nat 20!
yeah,
Nat
yeah,
20.
okay.
This
That
one
makes a
goes
total
down.
lot of sense.
It goes down smooth. This one's good. Con, what happens? What do you do here?
Oh my gosh. Con just like, you know, gracefully does. It almost looks like she's gonna topple over, but she turns it around into like a graceful pirouette. Like, ooh, hoo, hoo. Oh, that's even better than he described. Oh my goodness.
You've had enough cold ones.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's true. You've had so many cold ones, you're used to it. So that's a critical success. So in addition to what I just said, you exhale a shimmering puff of frost that chills enemies. You may immediately use a one-action breath weapon, 15-foot cone of icy mist. In addition, you gain cold resistance 10 and tremendous charisma, a +1 diplomacy check, 2 diplomacy checks to make a strong first impression for 10 minutes. So anyone you meet for the first time for the next 10 minutes, you'll make a really strong impression on them.
You have to drink another thing.
You have minty fresh breath or whatever.
You've had 2 good experiences.
Now let's
You're
see if
gonna
the
have
thord
a
one.
good third. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
only
yeah,
have-
yeah.
Of course.
Bring
I
on
only
one
have
more.
the 2. There was the only
Oh, I
Oh,
was gonna say you're like slowly like floating in the air as you're gaining power, drinking these drinks like flying through the fair, chilling people with freezing blasts of cold.
There was one other that I accidentally took off the map that was supposed to be right next to you this entire time, Con. 1 second. An NPC that you're going to be either mad or happy that you get to see. He was there the whole time, sorry. But the rotund, one-eyed father of Dirge Rotgut, Roland Rotgut, says,
Well, dang, fancy that there, Con.
Oh,
You
I
sure seem
forgot.
to know your stuff about wine and wine accessories.
You go, thanks, Dad.
Thanks,
Dad.
I'm proud of you, Con.
But do you go anywhere? I just wanted to mention that he was here. I'd forgotten. But what do you do after you down this wine like a champ?
I think you know she starts talking about like she starts talking with the fellow across the stand just about like her thoughts. She gives her tasting notes. We can cut over to someone else.
Yeah, we can fade off with Khan being the sommelier. Zavid and Danny, are you two still together, or did you... Oh wait, Zavid, you said you separated off, right?
Yeah, and I wanted to... There's a lot of stalls here. I wanted to just kind of visit each one and just see, like, this wand stall.
Yeah.
Last year I got a pretty not great wand. I didn't really use it. It was like a fear wand, but I never really... It was like very low level. We soon out-leveled the usefulness of it. So I was wondering if he had any powerful wands this year, like stuff that I could use against powerful enemies.
The gnome with the fabulous hat with multiple plumed feathers coming out of it. He has a like a Roman toga made of fabulous silks of all different colors. And next to you, shopping, you recognize Tech Priestess Roxy Thermocouple from Fogton. She was rescued from the Cogito Machinist after you defeated Glasswick Finitus. But Crink, when you walk up, says, "Oh, hello! Welcome! Heidi hey! Hope you're having a wonderful Pride celebration. I'm Crink Fizzlebelt. Welcome to Fizzlebelt's Flashes, where dullness is a curse and bedazzlement is a lifestyle. What can I do for you, sir?"
I imagine the Tech Priestess turns to me and goes, "And I am Roxy Thermoco. It is good to see you again." It's good to see you both. I'm looking, well, I'm just browsing, I guess. Last year I got, and I actually pull out the wand. I got this wand. I have no use for it. I was wondering if I could exchange this for one of your more powerful wands, like the highest power wand that you might be carrying, in fact. I'd pay the difference, of course.
Oh, of course. Let's see. Strongest wand I've got,
And he pulls up a big gold glittery embellished treasure chest, and he's looking through them as he's shuffling through all of these different wands for a level appropriate wand.
You kind of have to look at the DC and see which one has like the highest.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool. Oh, well.
Or if there's one that doesn't require DC, that's just like a buff for me or for friends, like that would also be okay, because that's always good, you know.
Ooh, that's a good one. There we go. Yes, this is good. Okay. I was gonna do one that was like really dangerous. I was like, wait, you wouldn't have this.
The wand of self-destruction.
But he pulls one out and he says, "Ah, yes, Wand of Tongues. This is a 7th level magic, quite high ranked. You could, in fact, increase the duration to 8 hours with this little puppy."
That would be good. Let's set that on the table and tell me if you've got anything else, because I might be buying up your best stock today.
I've got a couple of fun little things here. First, I've got this glitter bomb bubble gum. It's a cube of gum with tiny swirling flecks of metal and stars inside. Smells like bubble gum and ambition. When it pops, it explodes. You and your allies will sparkle for 10 minutes, and you become concealed to your enemies. In addition, I have these fun little firecrackers. Absolutely not for subtle use. They create a brilliant aerial illusion of the consumer's greatest triumph, rendered in flame and sparkles. Cheers erupt around you, and you gain a little bit of fortitude to your health points, if such a thing existed, and a little bit of a morale bonus if you are in a fight. Lasts about a minute before the flavor drains away.
I would like one.
And lastly, these little delectable treats, the Unicorn Pop, a rainbow lacquered lollipop in the shape of a unicorn, cold to the touch, leaving trails of sparkles in the air. Causes your hair to grow into multicolored mane and glimmer in the wind, and you speak in harmonious chords. And you can also cast a calm emotion spell with it.
Alright, I need you to hide this one. I don't want my friends seeing that this is something that exists.
Of course.
But I will probably get that phantasmal firecracker, at least one of them.
Fantastic. I'll just bag up all of these for you then, sir.
Yeah, so the Wand of Tongues and the phantasmal firecracker.
Wonderful. It's pretty expensive, but not for Lux Et Umbra. You have the entire treasury of Druma at your back.
God. And I'll if it's not too much of an issue, I want to just cross over to this lady's weaponry and just see what she's got.
And another, I think all of the druids got taken off of here, because one of the druids is there as well, but at least I noticed early, so 1 second. Oh my god, too huge. There we go.
Can I also be there around the same time?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Because you would recognize this as where you met Bruce. So yeah, you walk up.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pick something up real quick.
For sure. In the stall where once worked the traveling smithy Bruce Mithralarm, a new smith has set up shop. A carved wooden sign hangs above a well-worked anvil reading, "The Ember's Embrace, Strength Tempered by Love." Out front is a strong, lovely dwarf woman with 2 long orange braids and blue runic tattoos, stands staring upwards at the towering figure of Enuma of the Phasing Moon Druids, who all, I believe she's 6'10" canonically, very, very tall human woman, and they seem to be chit-chatting to each other.
You said canonically, isn't that your character?
Yeah, she's my character.
Yeah, I was like, you're the canon. You determine if she is.
Yeah, that's why she's canonically that tall. She's
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, like, you definitely should know that one.
Yeah. And as you're walking
right.
up, the dwarf says, hey, customer, welcome to the Ember's Embrace. I'm Brenna Opal Forge, and I specialize in all things metal. Need something specific?
This is terrible timing. I have to go pick up a delivery that just got dropped off at my front
door.
door.
We could jump to
So
Elliot
sorry.
and Con. And
Yeah,
jump
let's
right
go.
in.
Yeah, you want to cut away for a moment?
No problem.
Yeah.
Con and Reese, what are you doing? Pick a spot, any spot. Oh yeah, you were at the musician, right?
Yeah, is that the musician? Yeah. Con, do you want to come over?
Yeah, Con will stumble over like. Whoa.
Hey,
This guy's
buddy.
high chance of shenanigans.
Hey, buddy, how you?
Reese! Oh my goodness! I'm having so much fun!
And he just like scratches behind your ears, like, have something good to drink.
Yeah, I did. Hey, stop that! I'm scaling. I'm scaling that.
Yeah. Oh, hey, and Reese just casually pretends like he just is noticing the other goblin.
Mm-hmm. Sure, yes, you do notice Taffy. Real quick, let me just say this. 2 tables are set up near the town center, covered in several types of instruments, harps, lutes, flutes, and more. A content-looking pink tiefling stands behind the tables, using his odd-looking metal lute to lean on. As you approach, his smile widens and he says, "Oh my, I'm always thrilled to share pride celebrations with fans. Oh, come forward, friends, come forward. Sink me, no need to crowd. A free autograph with every purchase, yes. 'Tis I, Percival Blakeney, lazy nobody by day, semi-talented nobody by night."
Can I do a society check to see if I know who the fuck he is?
Absolutely. DC, let's say 40. Yes, you've heard of Percival Blakeney. Amazingly, you know he's a nobody. He wasn't kidding when he said lazy nobody by day, semi-talented nobody by night. But amazingly, you've heard of him. You saw him at a bar once. It's like that guy who always talks about how he saw Zeppelin in a bar.
Yeah.
Back in '76.
Yeah.
It's that.
Reese just goes, "Oh shoot, you were at the Twisted Kilt. I remember you."
Sink me. That's what. Yes, of course. You saw that. That's wonderful. He slides a second autograph to you.
Shoves in a pocket.
Could I interest you in any of these fabulous instruments?
Well, do you?
Oh, fabulous.
Fabulous. Reese. I don't know where Mythanar is, but Reese points over to where Mythanar is. Okay, see that really hot man with the surfboard?
Yes.
I need something like that would complement his style to play alongside as he's surfing.
Oh well, let me see now. And I've got 4 of these. I don't want to read every single one of them because it takes a while, but I'll just share these. There is the Chelish Devil String Violin, which, if the whole Devil Went Down Georgia played the violin, that whole thing. Basically, it increases your +2 to performance checks. All of these give you a +2 to performance checks under specific circumstances. So the violin is when you are playing music for nobles or to intimidate audiences. It also gives you an increase to deception checks. The Mwangi Wind Whisperer is a bamboo pan flute. It gives you bonuses when you're performing to animals or trying to soothe emotions, and it gives you a +2 nature checks when you're to get their insight, and you can telepathically tell the mood of plants.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the Voudran Mirage Drum It gives bonuses to performance when you're performing dance or illusion-based art, and it gives bonuses to acrobatics. Then lastly is the Ulfin Stormcaller's Horn, which is like a big, like, mammoth horn. Gives you bonus to performance when inspiring courage or valor, or to call attention to chaos, like, oh, they're at the gates, that kind of a thing. And then it gives a +2 to athletics checks. And lastly, when all 4 instruments are put on one person at once, you can actually have them all harmonize, and there's like a Voltron thing that happens. You can give everyone within 60 feet of you a buff if you play all 4 at once.
Oh,
One-man band style.
I think Reese has to be a one-man band. He has enough limbs.
True. So again, event. I'll put those in your inventory later.
Yep. But he takes all of them, but he takes the drum and gets like the little loop or whatever and puts it on his side. Like, yeah, I think that'll work.
Oh, that looks
Don't forget-
fabulous on your darling.
You can also get skeletons to be your backup players,
Yep.
your bandmates.
Yep. Well, I am a very good. I do a very good job. I've been told at beating. So.
That drum really fits you. The purple matches that cape you got there. Hey, I don't know if you remember me. My name's Taffy. We had a little adventure out in the Assyrian deserts.
How could I forget? How are you doing?
So good to see you.
And it goes in for a hug and.
Oh yeah.
Come on, it was good to see you again.
Yeah.
Did I share Taffy?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So what are you doing here? What brings you to the Pride? Are you a local? Oh, that's right. That's why we heard about you, because you told us about Etran's Folly. That's why we even came here.
Yeah, great town. Lovely place to hang out.
And Reese just kind of like whispers down in the rat ear. Just goes, distract. It's for a little bit. It's a request of the other goblin girlfriend. She's looking for something very specific. We can't have Taffy know.
Hey, while I've got you two here, since I trust you and all, do you think you could help me with something?
Yes. What about you, Con? You want to go do something?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Always happy to help.
I'd really appreciate it. See, I've been trying to lose Sadie all day, but she keeps hanging around the jeweler merchant. I'm trying to secretly buy her a ring. I really want to propose to her, but, I can't shake her. Do you think you could go distract her for me for a little bit, so that I could sneak over to the jeweler and buy her one?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely.
Thanks a million. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Cute.
They just, he just, like, walks, like, to the fountain with Con and just goes, they want to do the same goddamn thing. What do we do?
What if we make a second jewelry stand? Or what if we split the jewelry stand in two and just move them about so they don't notice?
Wait, no, wait. Okay, so I checked over there towards those other tents. There is, like, nothing over there. They're just pretty. You're good with crafting. Can, I have a shoelace, 2 pieces of wood, some meteorite gems, and, a pocket full of belly button.
Well, I don't think I need the last one for anything. Are you suggesting I make some sort of fascinating device to distract one of these ladies?
Yeah, let's go to the tents. And Reese just goes, gay tent. And just, like, it's, like, running over. We'll have, Con. So, do some crafting and make some, like...
Yeah, what are you gonna build? What are you doing?
Okay, what were the items? Shoelaces, meteorite bits?
I have no idea. Okay, but, like, let's...
MacGyver something.
Yeah, MacGyver...
I'll work
That...
with it.
Yeah. So, let's see what he actually has.
Con makes like a Newton's cradle. It's like, is that the name for the thing where it's got like, the balls suspended and you like bring one?
Yeah.
Newton's cradle.
There's he has some intriguing minerals still. He has the platinum urn that's just all shiny and stuff. Like we have a pretty display going on. He just like things around, runs back into the, like where the wilderness is, grabs some like interesting looking like rocks and stuff and just comes back. All right.
Yeah. Con is gonna execute her distraction of she's just made a cool thing, but then she trips and oh no, all of the rocks in the thing go scattering everywhere. She's like, oh no, I have dropped all of the rocks, and I'm too inebriated to possibly pick them up. If only someone could help me pick up all of the rocks on the ground.
And Nerys just goes, I'm too tall for this. I can't reach that low to the floor.
I'm low to the floor. I'd be happy to help, Con. I've only had one drink today.
And which one are you trying to distract currently?
I'm trying to distract Taffy.
Taffy.
Yep.
That's this one. Yeah. So Taffy will run over and she'll start eagerly picking up the rocks that you've spilled all over the floor.
Rhys is gonna just sneak on
position
over.
her behind Glaric so that she can't see. So that Glaric is between her and the jeweler.
Yeah. So what is happening is as that's happening, Rhys is gonna go back and be like, we got distractions. Doing so good.
You got her away? Oh, God. Oh, I can see some commotion over by the fountain.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Oh,
God.
God.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I need to go up to the reindeer merchant right now.
Yeah, let's go.
So, runs up, and you see another familiar face. You see your good friend. Come on, open. Scrap Apple.
Oh, I love Scrap Apple.
With the desert mask and the compass as a necklace.
Oh.
And as you lock eyes, Scrap Apple says,
Oh, hey, great to see you.
and
Can I talk to you for a second?
and
Yeah.
Scrap Apple kind of tugs you away over to the right for a second. And says,
Oh my God, I'm so glad you're here. These two idiots, they want to propose to each other. They both sent me to buy each of them a ring. I don't know what to do. Please help.
Oh, okay. Wait, which one did she want to get for, you know who? And pointing at the goblin closest to him.
She wants the sapphire. The other one wants the ruby. They just won't leave me alone. They keep hovering around the jeweler's stand.
It's okay. We got the one distracted right now. I have this one over here. Well, this one is actually over there. But
This one? Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I just met this one.
yeah. But no, I have Goblin. What's her name?
this one, that one is Sadie.
Sadie. I've got Sadie over here, and you said that Sadie wants to get which one for Laffy or Taffy?
Yeah, she wants the sapphire, and then Taffy wants the ruby.
Okay. So I'll just carefully just go right next to her and guide her for the best idea of which one. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate the input. It's really hard to tell what Taffy's gonna like. I know her taste, but she's hard to buy for. You really think this is the one?
Yeah. Oh, that'll sparkle on her finger just so perfect.
Oh, thank you so much. Here, Tink. Here's the money.
And she throws a bunch of gold to the cat man who is running the shop. Tank, the crystal connoisseur. I have a picture of him right there.
Oh, I love him.
Yes, thank you so much for your business. Always glad to sell jewelers for new love.
And then Sadie says to you,
Oh, thank you so much for your help. I think I should run off and hide for the moment, or maybe I should go find Taffy now that I've got this.
No.
Huh?
I think we should celebrate with some drinks first.
give me a diplomacy check. And didn't you just get a thing that would help with that, or was that con? That might have been con.
I think that was con.
Yeah, roll me a diplomacy check, DC of 40.
Diplomacy check.
Ooh, bad. She says,
I don't know. I think maybe later we could celebrate. I think I should go find Taffy now.
and she starts to walk
Wait,
off.
no. Wait, hold on. I really wanna check something out, but like I'm actually kind of like nervous to go there myself.
Huh? I guess if you need some help with your self-confidence, I guess I could help. Where do you want to go?
Well, you see, there's looking at the map, hold on. There's this really, really awesome you know, Flock? His name?
Oh, that blonde boy. Yeah, I've heard him play a little. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's like I was trying to show off, in some cool sword stuff and see if he noticed, and don't worry, me and my Thnar we're a thing, but we checking out cuties and stuff, and I would really want to go talk to him, but I don't think I can.
Oh, sure. I think I could be your wing, ma'am.
Oh,
Let's go.
thank you.
No. And Sadie will walk over. So cut over quick to Khan. You see that Reese is walking with Sadie, and Reese kind of gives you the double thumbs up real quick as you lock eyes.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Sappy, for helping me out. You see, I just
yeah.
a bit too much to delay.
Oh, of course. Glad to help. Glad to help.
And she starts handing you your rocks back.
Yeah, we could go, I think I'm well enough to stand. We could look for that leg.
Oh, yeah. You think she's finally away from the jeweler? Yeah, let's go over there and see what we got.
I'm just gonna rush her over there real quick. Ba, ba, ba. There. And then you see Scrap Apple sees you walking with Taffy, and you just see Scrap Apple mouth, "Thank you," as Scrap Apple kind of walks off.
Mhm.
Yeah, but she's just so hard to buy for. But I know that she likes the fire opals from down in Syrian. Do you think one of these red ones, maybe?
Oh, absolutely. All of them. There's like 8 of them, right? There's so many to choose from.
It was 4, but yeah, I think I like this one most.
And she, for kind of brevity's sake, she will
Yeah.
pay for the chosen ring and scuttle off. See, Shane, are you back? Yes.
I'm
So
back,
let's
yeah.
hop over to the blacksmithy with Danny and Zuvi. So once again, just as a reminder, since we've been jumping around like crazy, this is the blacksmith Brenna Opal Forge, who has been kind of standing there flirting with the extremely tall Enuma of the Phasing Moon Druids.
That'd be hot.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, customer. Welcome to the Empress Embrace. I'm Brenna Opal Forge, and I specialize in all things metal. Need something specific?
Not anything specific right now. I guess I'm wondering if you are working independently or if you can make things at scale.
I mean, yeah, I can work at scale if need be with custom orders.
Okay, because we've got a lot of employees that we're going to be look to the side, like recruiting soon, and they're going to need to be properly outfitted with gear and weapons. And I am personally doing all right on the weapons front, so getting more for them would be good. They don't even have to be magical, but anything that's made of like cold iron or silver, just to cut through.
Cold iron? Actually, I might have just the thing for you. Hey, Willamar, come out here with the special items.
And that name kind of rings familiar to you, as a moment later, a small halfling boy with boots runs out, and you recognize him as the boy you did the scared straight Home Alone thing to,
That's
to
right.
get rid of his ne'er-do-well friends. Willamar
Oh my
Willowblossom. He runs out and says,
Oh, hey there. Well, what do you need? What do you need, Brenna? Here's the. Oh, hey, I recognize you. You're the one that helped my aunties.
That's right, I did.
Thanks to you guys, I got this really sweet apprenticeship here with Brenna. I'm learning to be a smith.
Very good. Good to practice a trade.
puts a big box up on the table, and I've shared the 3 special items that she has. Specifically, I was looking at the Ring of the Ironheart. It's forged from dark adamantine and cold iron, and set with a glowing garnet shaped like a beating heart. Gives a bonus to fortitude saves, to effect, and you're immune to effects that would forcibly move you or knock you prone. Once per day, you can use a reaction to stand up automatically without using an action from prone. And when below half health, you gain 2 AC. And if you're reduced to 0 HP, you can instead drop to 1. Once per day.
Okay, alright. This is really cool. I'm gonna look to Danny and be like, I think you should take that. Because you're a vampire now, and imagine using a reaction to just, like, stand up from prone, you know? Like, you know, stiff as a board, just, you know? That would be kind of cool. That's literally that's the only reason aesthetics would be kind of fun.
Danny is, as you say that, she's not even paying attention. She's just looking at this person, and she's just like, what? Yeah. Sure. Rings.
Ah?
What?
Give me a perception check, Zavid. DC like 35.
Perception. Where are you? And I'm so sorry.
He doesn't get it.
I go, Galarian the Danny!
What? Yes.
Come in, Danny!
Yes.
This ring! It's called the Ring of Iron Heart. It's a red, it looks like blood red. And you can stand up from the ground without having to actually move your legs. You just kind of springboard up right, which is very vampiric and cool.
That feels like it's very stereotyping vampires.
I put the ring down and I'm like, all right.
I will buy it though, because I do love a good stereotype. And she takes it.
Oh, thank you for that. It's pretty good.
I will take one of everything you have here at your shop.
Well, thank you for your custom. We really appreciate anyone, just keep telling people the Ember's Embrace name.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I just have a thing for blacksmiths.
You say that as you're walking away with all this stuff that you just bought because she's hot.
Yeah, there's no reason. She doesn't need a fucking sword. That she already has a blacksmith that makes her whatever she wants. She's looking at this thing like, I don't need this. But she also she'll go take it over to Bruce.
Oh, hey there. What you got there? Doing some shopping here, love?
I didn't need any of this.
Yeah, that's all right. Impulse buys, that's what drives the economy, eh?
But the blacksmith's hot.
Aren't we all?
And he flexes really, and he's got the tuxedo tank that is really tight on him as he flexes, and it's like, yeah, that's right.
I love how handsome and ripped this guy is, and then he's got this real nasally like Kiwi voice, like, oh yeah, look at this, and I'm like, just like
it reminds. I know I did this before, but it reminds me of Chris Hemsworth in Furiosa. He's like, oh hey, I'm the bad guy.
She loves and hates this man at the same time.
I love him. The funniest part is my original plan was he was supposed to be gay, and Delma was supposed to be hitting on him, not with like no gaydar, not realizing at all that her flirtations were hitting a brick wall, and that was going to be it. That was it. And now he's the king.
That's so fucking good, man.
And now he's the king.
Con and Reese, where are you going? Are you two together still, or is it kind of a group amassing? What's going on?
Maybe we're like regrouping after.
Yeah, we're
our
regrouping.
plan succeeded.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. So where do you want to go as a group then? We gotta meet up at the fountain.
Yeah, let's all meet up at the fountain, and then we head to the top left. Or is there anywhere that we haven't gone yet?
All those black-covered places you haven't gone to.
Oh my god.
I was gonna ask if those were cut off from us, but then you opened up one of those, well, where the boy is, that one.
Oh, yeah.
So then I was like, I guess they are open. I should have asked earlier if these were storefronts we could go into.
Yep.
Yeah, you said stalls, and yeah.
Yeah, I just assumed they were. Cool.
I should have said something. Yeah, sorry. That's
let me ask these blacksmiths one last question then.
Yeah,
can I get the custom ordered ring? This is just like a ring of protection, something that makes me harder to hit. Nothing fancy, no extra abilities, just something that deflects blows off of me.
I actually might have one of those hanging around. Just a second. And she ruffles around and some personal effects and comes back out with this dusty black ring. Says, "Yeah, I do have a ring of protection +1 on me. Here, I'll sell it to you for I don't know, 100 gold."
Sounds good to me. Better than nothing.
Thank you for your
Can I commission a stronger one if I pay you ahead of time and you can take some time to make it?
Oh, of course, I could do that. Yeah.
How high can you go? What's your limit to the bonus?
That would be a major ring of protection, which is 3.
Okay, I'll pay in advance. I actually don't have all that money on me, so you know what I would do? I would write a writ, and where to get the money from. So basically, when you're ready to get the money, you could just get it whenever. But I would like the ring by, let's say, before we go on our big adventure at some point. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Thank you for that, sir. I can get right to work on that. Willamar, light up the forge.
I have
And I'll-
two. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I'll still take that +1 because when I'm not using it, I can give that to somebody else. Is all.
Indeed. So what's Danny?
Danny wants to do 2 quick things, and then she'll step away from the blacksmith. Or 1 quick thing. She, similar to what Zavid has done, but she wants to also just like get one. So she's just gonna say that today's gonna be their anniversary because why not? Because it's cute. So like custom-made wedding bands because they don't have that.
Well, of course, I can put in that order right away. I'll work on it with this guy's here. Not a problem.
And then she just says thank you. And I'd like to find a pair of rainbow surf shorts.
You can find that. I don't have it. Oh no, I do have someone who sells clothes actually. So if you want to go to that, unless there's something specific anyone else wants to hit first, I can open that up. It's the one that is right over here, just to the left, south, down, left, and down from where you're at the fountain.
He is gonna go
there.
I want to go to the shop where this one is.
Oh,
Like,
sure, the mushroom place?
Yeah. Well, no, like the building.
Oh, that one. Yeah, sure. Let's get the one with the shorts first, because Danny wanted shorts. So
Yeah.
You open the building, and flashy clothes of every color lay before you as you enter the building. A tall, clean-cut orc man wearing a white button-up shirt walks out from behind a curtained-off area and greets you warmly. Hello there. Happy Pride celebration. Welcome to the Steel Brazier, the first and finest in custom costumes. I'm Craig Longwalker. What can I do for you today?
I remember Craig.
Of course you remember Craig.
Oh, Craig was so hot. Okay. She just looks at Craig and, oh my god, I remember you. It's been so long.
Oh, hey, Queen. Good to see you.
You're looking fabulous, slaying it like always.
Fancy seeing you here.
Is it really?
What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
She's gonna put up a finger. She's going to message, Reese in his head. And what size is my brother in pants?
Like a 48 long.
Yeah, 48 long, yeah.
Is he like a large?
Large, but like, if there's a little length, extra large, if the pants are here, and he just tells her all of the, like, details.
And then she's going to regurgitate those same exact details. I want to get something for this for my brother.
I think I can
I
do
hate
that.
the same surf pants he's been wearing since we found him.
Oh, I saw that guy walking around. I understand what you're talking about.
That's my bloodline.
Indeed. I think these might do you. And he pulls out a pair of much nicer pants that will suit Mythonar just fine. And in addition to that, he also sells some fun magic items that I've just linked to you all. Again, I won't read them word for word because it'll take too long. But there's the Wig of Whimsy and Warding that you become immune to looking disheveled. There's the Barbariana's Face Snatching Kit, which acts as like a disguise kit. The Heels of the Hellfire Heel Turn, which give you like movement speed or something when you wear them. They're high heels. The Dress of Dazzling Defiance, which gives you the bonus to AC and some other stuff. And when you wear all four at the same time, you get a set bonus of increased perception checks, and you can choose more targets when you like demoralize people, when you intimidate. And once per day, when you critically succeed on a performance check, you can cast Inspire Courage like a bard, even if you aren't a bard. That's only if you're wearing all four.
We will buy 8 of them.
I am so hoping that eventually all of you are just in full drag. Reese is there one-man banding it.
Oh yeah.
I've
This is
got the
casting
band
out
going.
This is
Robo
gonna
Doug.
happen.
Yeah, this is the combat outfit.
And then she wants an entire new wardrobe that matches her new gothic aesthetic.
Oh, I got you, honey. And he snaps his fingers, and all of the wardrobes that are on the wall spin around, and they turn to goth. It's like an Abercrombie and Fitch immediately turned into a Hot Topic at the snap of a finger.
Love it.
Then we can. Oh yeah,
also
does he want
some
some specific?
And then some new clothes for Zavid, please. So just, maybe something that's not so tethered up. Just like a new couple of shirts.
I'm a tailor, not a magician, but I'll see what I can do, honey. Then I think we'll fade from there, jump over to Reese. You said you wanted to go north of this one?
Yeah.
Great. So, Shame's Shane isn't here. That's okay. So you open. Oh, why?
I'm here.
Oh, you are.
He's here!
I don't
Just
know
got back,
why
sorry.
all of these keep getting taken off. I think I must have taken off a whole folder full of stuff. Just give me 1 second on this one.
Zavid, Danny bought you new clothes.
She did.
Oh,
And Mythonar new clothes too.
all right. I
There we go.
suppose I don't have much fashion sense. It makes sense.
Is anyone with Reese?
Where's
Second
Reese
round.
going?
He's
I
going
moved-
above this one, shop. Where Ollie was, the snake oil salesman from last time.
Oh, yeah,
I am
we killed
curious
him.
to see who's here, so
Yeah.
I guess I'd go.
Right? A soft, colorful canopy of silks, shades, a stall lined with bottles, vials, and woven satchels. The air swirls with heady florals, smoky resins, and spicy citrus, inviting all to stop, sniff, and smile. The tagline on the side reads in curling script, "Scents for every soul, lost or found." Trin Sethern, the local apothecary that Khan, you worked with to save Finnick Padley, that goblin, ages ago.
Yeah.
She's the local apothecary. She's taken over for Ollie. But Zavid and Khan, what you notice immediately is just to the north is your good friend, Dirge Rotgut. Well, hey there, Khan, Zavid. Good to see you. What are y'all doing? I thought I'd see y'all here.
I'll go over, give him a hug.
Big, powerful hug.
It is so good to see you, friend.
Been too long.
I saw all your family members outside. I was like, is
Oh,
he
Glenn's
ever gonna
here.
visit us? Is he ever
Yeah,
gonna
what-
come down and say hi?
Where's the guy? Where did he go?
I rounded them all up, brought them down for the festivities. Had such a good time last year.
Oh.
But I spent so much time in the forest. I was needing some stink purdy, as I've been calling it. That's why I came over to Trin. And she does have some fun little items. She has a rainbow ember candle, which is a multiple layer candle that burns in different hues and has different scents for each one. And if you light it and meditate with it, you restore all your focus points instead of one in 10 minutes. Then there's the Dawn Petal Essence. It's a perfume, and it increases diplomacy checks with friendly or curious NPCs who can smell it, and once per day you can reroll a failed performance check. There's some potpourri, Whippoorquill potpourri. What this does is when it's placed in a personal space, the area becomes protected from scrying and divination for 8 hours. Zavid, I know you love that effect. And then lastly, the it's just the 3 things. Yeah. That's what she has.
I'll buy the potpourri. This is something that Zavid would never buy if it wasn't for that magical effect. In fact, he's the kind of guy that would see potpourri on a table and be like, ooh, snacks, and would start eating.
It's like Chex Mix.
Yeah, and be like, why does it taste awful? Why do you have that on your kitchen table?
This is probably a real occurrence that has happened.
Yeah, well, I have wondered. When I was younger, I would see that shit, and I'm like, that doesn't look like a snack, so why is that in your dining room? Like, what the fuck? And I never knew the word until I was an adult, and someone was like, potpourri. I was like, what? You know, potpourri. I was like, no, I don't. And then when they described it, I'm like, that's what that shit was? I never tried to eat it, though. I will be clear. Zavid would make that mistake.
I mean, Zavid has probably done that before.
Cut to a moment where he does that in someone's house. Like those Desnan gnomes when we were in Druma. And he's just like, ooh. Did Desna send you a dream to fuck with me? Is that why you put this here?
Zavid's just always thinking people are poisoning him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always...
Everyone on the surface is trying to poison me.
He's paranoid, and for most things, he's actually pretty legitimate with his... Like, he's really good at rooting out real conspiracies and things like that, and knowing when something's not really a conspiracy, but when it comes to food, it's always... There's always some fucking... He's looking at people, 2 people are whispering at each other, and they look at him, and he's like, they're trying to kill me. Everyone's trying to fucking kill me today.
There are 4 more if you want to hit them. I know, Ellie, you said we're creeping up on time, so if you want to hit these 4 last ones real quick.
Yeah,
we can do
absolutely.
that. So let's say the 4 of you are back together. Pick one.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Let's step big one in the
Yeah, I'm
Upright?
curious. Yes.
All right, this is gonna be a fun one.
That's where I wanted to go.
This is the feed mill. It's the tavern you have all gone to a million bazillion times. Walking into the feed mill, you can barely recognize it. Every wall is adorned with colorful banners and flags. Delma is conspicuously absent. But to your surprise, you see Stone Rotgut, Dirge's mother, behind the bar, but she came off the map because I erased all the Rotguts for some reason accidentally. So 1 second, let me put her back on, sorry.
Well, we saw Delma. Isn't she at the stand with the wine?
She is.
Yeah.
She's just not. She's usually working here. Stone...
Yeah. Well, she gotta have the day off.
Yeah. She needs. Rotgut. There is freaking. Oh my god. Fantasy Grounds. Rotgut.
God. I can only imagine
Arya, Dirge's sister, is also at the bar having a drink. Alright, there she is. And then Stone. Sorry, you imagine what?
I was gonna say, I can only imagine the amount of money that all these families from all over these different places had to save up to like travel just to here for this.
Absolutely.
This is the Rotguts alone. This is like their yearly vacation. This is their big trip.
This is a far to travel, yes. But you see the 2 Rotguts, Stone and Arya, working the bar, and you see, let's see, where did he go on here? Did I even? There he is. You see, carrying a dozen or more large mugs of beer in his arms is the king of beer himself, Bud the Wiser.
Oh my god, yes!
Alongside him is a smaller elemental that's running appetizers to tables, and taking orders is Edra Wythe, the halfling who, Khan, you're probably the only one who remembers her. When you first started this campaign, she was drunk and passed out in a barn on a pile of hay next to some pigs. Like, you dragged this halfling out of the gutter, and she's like a respectable member of society now.
I'll take your word for it. I don't remember that.
It was a long time ago. But what you do notice, Khan, is there's a line of mugs on the bar.
She immediately just like, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. And she's just like, seated.
Oh, well, hey there, y'all. Good to see you. Oh, hey, y'all. Oh, hey, cutie. Nice to see you.
As Arya, like, touches Reese's hair.
Oh, so pretty. Thank you.
I think I know what y'all are here for.
some cold ones.
Yes! Cold ones, cold ones.
Bud the Wiser shouts,
Oh, it's time for cold ones again? Yes, yes, coming, coming.
and Bud the Wiser fills all of these mugs with beer from his hands. Yashin?
I was gonna say I wanted to do something for Bud.
Oh, sure, go.
When I see him come up, I want to say, use ghost sound to do like a trumpet fanfare, like. Hear ye, hear ye! You are all in the presence of the King of Beer, Bud the Wiser, first of his name, and then give a dramatic bow. Good to see you again.
Oh, good to see you, friend. Thank you for proper introduction. Wanted to bring my son, but he's not old enough. He's just a Bud Light. He's not same taste, half calories.
Fuck you.
That's him
Fuck
running
you.
appetizers over there.
Oh my god.
He's running with
to
a.
make that joke.
Your son, is he running with a bad crowd? Pabst Blue Ribbon and Miller Lite and all
Mr.
those
Rolling
guys.
Rock.
Indeed. Oh god. So Rock comes to the side of the bar. She takes aim with her finger guns and blasts a ray of frost through each of the glasses, and they become covered in rime frost, just like you like them.
Oh, perfect.
As you take the drink, it's cold and refreshing, but not quite right. Something about getting this beer outside of Fogden is just, it's not quite there. It leaves you a little wanting. It's still good. Don't get me wrong, it's better than any other beer you can get in this town, but it's like when people say Guinness outside of Ireland isn't the same. Fogden Ale outside of Fogden is not the same.
Well, this isn't technically there. This is Budweiser's ale, which is, or sorry, it's good, but it's Budweiser. It's like,
But it's
know,
Budweiser.
It's
right.
not that good,
It's
actually.
not Fogden Ale, it's Budweiser.
No.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a really hot summer day outside, and you just got a really cold Bud. So like,
Tastes
it's
good.
Like it's good. You're gonna drink that thing, but it's not a cold one.
I don't know enough about alcohol. Zavid doesn't know enough about alcohol to know that, so he's just gonna be like, man, if only that Chiliax Reaper didn't fucking ruin my taste buds. Takes a drink.
Oh, anything to bring your taste buds back. Just drink more beer.
Maybe you're right. I'll take another. And then I
Pours you a
mock.
second one.
I mock like I'm gonna smash a glass, and then I catch a look from Dirge's Bob like, I'm kidding. I would never.
That's what I thought, y'all.
Hmm?
Don't get
I'm
too
not-
rowdy, or I'll get
I'm
Sheriff
not
Foley on you.
Gunnar, excuse me, who's basically Thor, like, psh, another.
Yep.
It's almost exactly Thor.
Yeah.
But you could have your drinks and you have a good time with Bud and Stone and Arya.
Hell
which
yeah.
of the 3 remaining buildings would you like to pop to?
I know the one directly south of us is a nice little restaurant that's run
Yes.
by some gecko, or not geckos,
Yes.
some
Frog.
they look like geckos,
Tadpole
yeah.
Frog. Yeah.
like salamander people.
I decided.
Norman, wasn't
I
it?
decided she's canonically a Gripply who didn't metamorphose fully. I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
I don't
Love
have a
it.
natural way to bring that in, but yeah, she's a frog who just didn't fully mature. She's stuck as a tadpole, kind of.
I say we go there.
Yeah, pub crawl, except it's
Pub
more of
crawl
a
it,
restaurant
yeah.
crawl and go get something
Get some
to eat.
get some appetizers. Con needs some.
Leave a
Happens.
big tip for the rock guts, and then
Yep.
Perfect.
Back.
Yeah,
Usual
Con is
tip.
just Con is just off her rocker. Like she's just wobbling all over the place.
gone. You good?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I just I was over there. I had a couple of drinks before this. I'm having a great time.
Gone.
yeah.
I don't know how this is possible. You look like you're blushing through your fur. I don't know how I can even see that right now.
Well,
The
you
red
see,
tones.
It's much. You wouldn't be able to see it from fur, but since I have magically white fell, all of a sudden you can see my skin through my fell much more easily. So it's not all that surprising. And then she falls over.
Reese is gonna. Can I do an acrobatics to try to chuck
Reese,
grab
Reese,
her?
this is your chance to baby Bjorn her.
Yes.
You can have a reflex save to grab her. Yes.
Reflex.
Let's say,
Yeah,
Okay.
40. Do
I
that
feel like
first.
we'd
Let's see
all
40.
go to help Khan.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 52
Okay.
critical success.
Scoops her
Can
up
I-
before she can even fall.
Yeah, what's the view?
I was gonna suggest something. When we
Oh.
all go to grab Khan and we're all in contact with each other, suddenly we all hear the prayers of people who are praying to us all at like very clearly because we're all in contact.
But just for a flash.
Yeah, and then we like we got to be careful when we're all in contact with each other because then we become full god form.
I like that detail. That's very fun. I can play with that. Thank you for the ammunition. So, upon opening the door, you're blasted in the face with steam. The hot, humid air rushes out and quickly clears. There's a single table with 4 chairs. At the southern end is a tall, yellow-orange Gripply with a long, flat tail, wearing a blue headscarf, working feverishly above a massive wok.
Oh, come in. Don't mind the steam, and happy Pride celebration to you. The soup and dumplings are nearly ready, my children. Please sit.
Yeah.
My name is Bells the Flattail, and I make the best ramen this side of the Mwangi Expanse.
We know who you are. You remember us from last year, right?
Yeah, that's right. I remember you. Come on in, come on in. Just remember,
Oh my
if
God.
it tickles the tongue and soothes the soul, I've done my job. Tail wiggle's just a bonus.
Yes,
Savid.
as you've noticed,
Savid.
you do be sitting upon
Yes.
the table. Bree, the cheese wizard from
Yeah, I like
Absalom.
didn't see her at first. So neither did Zavid. Zavid's just like, hey, going right up to the owner, turns around and goes. Then he's gonna look over at Danny and be like, now this is what it's all about. We did your Reapers, now you're gonna do what I want us to do. And I go over to Bree, I'm like, Bree, it is so good to see you again. What's
Oh, I recognize
delectable-
you.
Oh,
yeah. You're the one that has had all those orders. You're the biggest international seller I've got. Oh, it's so great to see you. And she starts
I'm gonna
shaking
be
her
your
head.
#1 customer if you make it a frequent visit over here from Absalom.
Well, you know, I had remembered seeing your name on the address form when I sent the last one, so I did manage to.
And she takes off her hat and starts reaching in it like a magician, but like going way deeper than it looks
She,
like
like,
she should be.
puts her whole, like, upper torso
in it,
into the hat.
climbing into the hat.
Yeah.
It's clearly a bag of holding. And then she yanks out this big box, this closed crate, and drops it in front of you.
I had a feeling you'd want another one of these.
Cue the music. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And he's just like, single tear starts to roll down his cheek, and he's just like, this is the wonderful pride. Thank you for this. And
Of course.
I'm gonna give her. I've got some platinum on me for big purchases. I'm gonna give her like 10 platinum pieces.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, I'll be back for these are the tips I'm getting.
This is, look, this is for coming all this way, and yeah, and to encourage return trips. I might not be able to do. I'm kind of being fast and loose with my money today, but you
That's
know,
a prize for you.
yeah, you'll expect more patronage if you come up here. Maybe get a what? How much would it cost to invest in opening a shop in Etran's Folly?
Well, honestly, this could be a pretty good amount of seed money. I could probably at least start getting the wheels started.
Oh, it is 1,000 gold.
Yeah, it's 1,000 gold.
I just said 1,000. I didn't.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
Well, actually, if I give you 10 platinum, that'd be 100.
Well, it's fine.
So I'd have to pay. Yeah.
Again, the money doesn't matter at this point. But yeah, she opens it up for you, and as you can see, it's got 3 different cheeses, an orange, a green, and a yellow. The goat cheddar, which you know she made from goats that she raised herself. It's a sturdy mix of cheddar and Edam. The sage derby, which is the green. It's a fully nosed green cheese, dry and crumbly, not for novices. And my favorite, the yellow Saxelby Wensleydale, a smooth pasty cheese with cores of blue veins running vertically through it. Pairs perfectly with red wine.
Do any of these need to be refrigerated?
They're pretty, they'll keep. They're aged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I
And
have
the
a box
crate
of
is kind
cold
of like, oh, you do have the box of colding. That's right. You could easily put them in there. I forgot about the box of colding.
Right.
Well, we
Reese
were
is gonna
keeping
grab some ramen, by
flesh in
the
it for a
way.
while.
Ramen, yes, perfectly. Perfect. So,
Yeah, I'll save the cheese for later. This is a ramen shop. We're here for ramen. I don't want to be like eating someone else's stuff while we're trying to enjoy the ramen. But
Belle's is kind of doing this almost a ritual as she sets out bowls, jade spoons in front of you. She makes croaks and wiggles her tail as she pours each bowl.
and this lovingly layered ramen honors the sacred pools of the Sodden Lands and the jade canopies of the Mwangi Expanse. Chef Belza, myself, heir to a culinary lineage lost beneath lotus leaves, I combine my amphibian instinct with gourmet flair. Each bowl's a ritual, a tide pool of memory, magic, and marsh. This is a rich, slow-brewed broth made from emerald marsh crab shells, brine croc toe kelp, and a whisper of holy water, simmered with sallow moss bulbs gathered during full moonlight. Flavors deep, mineral-rich, and subtly sacred, and the noodles are hand-boiled red reed root noodles made from a rare riverbed grain cultivated by Gripply elders. They're pale green with a springy chew coiled like lily pad stems.
And she continues on this really intricate description of this food, and just the more she speaks, it paints a picture on your tongue.
I feel like a judge on a cooking show with the
Right.
contestant explaining their dish to me,
Yes.
you know?
Glazed glimmerfin fillet with a devil's truffle egg, spiced bog leech strips, floating lily sprouts, and red-tapped chili oil drizzle. And the additional option, this is only for the truly bold and adventurous, a wriggling ankhead roe, still squirming. They tickle your throat just right.
I'll take one of those.
Yeah.
One of those too.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
please.
The Tadpole's Tide Pool ramen with the Ankh egg roe eggs added to each of them. I want all of you to give me Fortitude saves DC 40.
You got it.
Doesn't matter that I'm dead.
No.
Okay.
No, that's a failure.
Reese, you've eaten way more gross shit when you were in the army. You're fine. It's pretty good.
I had to close out of a
Danny.
bunch of shit to
Very
get to my...
Danny, you're surprised at how much you like it, even though there's meat in it. Your sudden bloodthirst has gotten kind of taken you over. Zavid.
No, hold on. I need... Yes.
Oh, much better. 43. So you succeed. So I think just Con. Do you hate it, or do you? What is your reaction to this?
She's just miserable. She's like trying to enjoy it, but she's just like, I really, you know what? Maybe I need to eat something else. Perhaps I'm not in the mood.
Yeah,
You know,
maybe
it's
this
kinda
isn't
like-
mixing well.
Yeah, you know, the palate and all that. Oh.
I think you might need the dessert then. It's a lovely treat I call the Dragonfly Ripple. This elegant swamp-born dessert is a shimmering frozen delight served in delicate spiraled lotus bowl shell bowls. The Dragonfly Ripple consists of chilled shaved sky mango ice layered with rippling streaks of iridescent dragonfly nectar. A delicacy harvested only during the brief bloom of the verdant moon, garnished with candied lily root chips, a single sugar-glazed swamp mint leaf, and a dainty, crystallized dragonfly wing, ethically sourced after molting, of course, and it shimmers with colors as it melts. Flavors dance between tart and sweet, with unexpected notes of star anise, rainwater, and a cool menthol-like finish. Its texture melts instantly on the tongue, yet leaves behind a brief flutter of frost along the palate, like the trail of a dragonfly darting through mist.
Where did you get... You didn't write all this shit. You got this from something. I was gonna say, writing that description is like paid work. I was like, no one did that for free. Someone got paid to write this.
I hacked up a lot of old episodes of Iron Chef. That's the short answer.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a lot of hacked up Iron Chef, just Frankenstein. But yes, so I would say, Con, give me a Fortitude save DC of 35, because after that, anything was better.
Yeah.
And does anyone else try the Dragonfly Ripple as well?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Still
Con!
don't like it, Con. Ugh.
No, this is great. This is great.
It's funny.
We're
It's very
keeping
funny.
this. We're keeping
It's
this.
quite good. It's very
I stop eating and I'm like watching Khan, as Khan is like looking a little green.
I think she
Yeah,
had
she's
too
looking
much.
green. She's looking just bad. She looks like she's not having fun anymore. She's just like pouting into the one bite that she's taken
God.
of the dessert.
Give me your hand. I'm like across the table. I'm like, give me your hand. I'm gonna
Yeah.
cast Restoration to cure you of your drunkenness and that disgusting nausea you're starting to get because you're mixing too many shit together.
I'm there.
Cleanse you of that. You are suddenly sober and your tummy is settled. And as you feel that magic kind of cleanse you, I would say, all right, please try again, because you are the aspect of flesh, and I think it's unbecoming of you to not enjoy all of these wonderful foods. I think you had a little too much to drink, and it sort of poisoned your. It was poison, and I looked at everyone like, it's poison. You were poisoned. You self-poisoned.
Not everybody gets poisoned.
Anyway, try again. I think you like it, and
Fortitude
I don't know if that'll
DC
give
30.
her.
It'll
yeah,
help,
okay,
especially
cool.
with her being the Lord of Flesh. I'd forgotten that, so I reduced the DC even further. So it's 30 for the Fortitude save.
All right.
You need a 2. There it is.
Oh,
Critical
there we go.
success, 44. Now, how do you react to this weird swamp ramen and dragonfly ice dessert?
She just like, she takes like a big bite of the noodles and her eyes get wide and she's just like, just slurps it all the way up.
Goku style.
Exactly. She's just like speed running this meal.
I look to Reese and I think Danny hasn't drank anything yet, has she?
No alcohol, no.
I'll look to Reese. I'm like, I don't know if you had anything to drink, but if you want, I can cast a spell and
No,
make you
no.
sober.
No, I just have the cold ones. I'm fine.
I can't get
Oh, that's
drunk.
true. We all just had.
That's
right.
That's like nothing. That's like I'm so used to those. That's not drunk.
That's fair.
The wine though that I have not had and I'm good.
After your fine meal, do you want to head to the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I definitely need this. There's one character in here I definitely need on here. Stupidness.
Where are you? Where'd you go? I know you're in
This-
here. I'm like hunting for this person that's missing.
This is the one I think is funniest, so I'm just gonna get rid of the fog of war, go away. So you, but I need you at 1, not 2, but 1 height, because you're not that big. Yes, there we go.
You're
Okay.
not the boss of me now, and
As you
you're
open-
not that big.
As you open the door, you're overcome with the smell of fresh breads and pastries. A
Oh.
tall human with a orange mustache, jolly orange mustache, turns to you and says, "Haha! Happy Pride celebration to you all! Welcome to Honey Rolls Hot Sweets, baked warm, served smiling." And out of the corner of your eye, you also see your good friend, the awakened gopher, Rupert Mountain.
Oh, there he
A
is.
pride flag, a pink cowboy hat, and a Gucci bag, in addition to his
Ooh.
harness. Because King belongs at Pride.
I'm looking at the
I
flag.
love
I'm
this.
like, good, pink hat, cute. I look at the Gucci bag and I'm like, awakening animals was a mistake.
But this is what you see inside of the bakery. And I'll just link the items again so we don't have to go through them one by one. But there's the Rainbow Swirl Sweet Roll, which gives bonuses to saving throws against emotions like fear and such. There's Hearth Hug Biscuits, which give you recover hit points and you feel cozy and reduce frightened condition. And then the Pride Loaf, which increases diplomacy and perception checks because you glow confidently.
I want a loaf and I want a sweet roll.
Sweet. Again, I'll add these to your inventories later.
Yeah.
Take one of each. Assume
Um,
that I've taken one of everything.
One of everything? Okay.
Actually, would we split a loaf because it's a whole loaf?
Yeah,
So
it's a
maybe
Yeah.
we could like each get a
Yeah,
quarter of that
yeah.
loaf and we can like
I'll
eat it while we're walking.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take biscuits and sweet roll though.
Sweet. Con, you want any of it?
Oh yeah. I
Just
think she
all of
wants the biscuits and she wants the loaf.
Heck yeah.
Right,
Okay.
loaf.
Sweet. So, moving on, you...
Oh, Lux Et Umbra, as I live and breathe, I was hoping I'd see you today. Happy Pride, as I'm having a wonderful day. So many new things to experience.
Go off,
It's
King.
so good to see
Go
you.
off.
One of everything.
Yes.
Mr. Honeywell, he has such wonderful sweets.
And he's digging into this beignet.
I was gonna say, chew your food. God damn.
He looks up at you with this massive gopher cheeks like,
I mean, I know you got the cheek space for it.
Taste your food.
15 beignets.
these are some man-catching beignets, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your patronage. I love to bake for everyone. A happy Pride to you all.
Excellent.
Right.
Oh, where do you think you're off to next? I was just thinking about getting another cold one. Oh, so delicious.
Well, we got one more shop front, I think, on the other side that we got to check out, and...
Real? Yeah.
What is this they say? Fabulous. Oh.
Yeah, well, you said it wrong. It's more like fabulous!
Fabulous.
Yes, exactly.
Zavid does it like perfectly, and he realizes it was the loaf, the +1 performance. He's like, oh, oh, that's pretty good. I can do a lot of impressions now.
Alright, and the last one is at the bottom left.
Yeah, we have this last store, and then we have this mysterious area encased in
thing.
fog that we haven't
Yeah.
been able to interact with until this point.
Alright. You open up the shop, and a young wizard in ill-fitting robe and a tattered hat looks up from a pile of scrolls on a table. Hello! Happy Pride celebration to you all! Please come in. My name is Charum, and welcome to Charum's Charming Charms! Guaranteed not to explode this time. And give me just intelligence checks publicly to see if Reese, you were there. All of you, intelligence checks publicly. I say a DC of 14.
Reese does not got a memory.
Nope.
Did Danny do it?
Khan. No, Danny's didn't come through, but Khan and Zavid, you definitely recognize a human sorcerer and her flying raccoon familiar, Rabin the Rad and Blamfeld. And yes, Danny, you recognize her as well. This is the sorcerer, the Imperial Arcane Sorcerer you saw across the road at Smush Stuff's bridge. She walked into the water because she was distracted like Khan gets.
Oh, I vaguely remember her.
Where did we send her to? Because we gave her some advice and sent her on
Mage
her
Academy.
way.
Yep,
Mage
that's true.
Of
Yeah.
Druma. Druma, I think.
Reese is just gonna stay silent during this encounter.
Hey, you. What was your name again? We've met on the road.
Hey, Rabin the Rad! I recognize you. You're the ones that sent me up to the Mages Academy in Truma.
Yeah!
Yes, all of your advice has been such well taken for Rabin here. She's been doing well swimmingly in her classes. She's only exploded the professor's pants twice.
Not bad.
The moment her familiar starts to talk, I'm looking around like, where's that voice coming from? And I see the raccoon, and I'm like, oh my god, all these talking animals, and they all have the same jowly voice.
I had forgotten that I had 2 jowly animals until I was populating this, and I was like, oh, oops.
But they say, how are your studies going?
They're going quite swimmingly. I'm getting mostly B's, I think, but getting through there. Haven't blown up any ships yet.
Well,
You need to get
there's
on
still
that.
time.
There's still
Yeah.
plenty of time.
Let's see, there's a lot of stuff here. I'll just share a couple of them. Let's see. Here's a fun one. He's got a bunch of scrolls, and sifting through them, you find a strange one. The Scroll of Confetti Burst. It has the same mechanics as Fireball, like area, distance, same save, but it deals no damage, but instead explodes in harmless confetti. Enemies in the blast must succeed a reflex save or become covered in glitter, imposing a -2 penalty on stealth and acrobatics, and invisible targets become concealed, concealed targets become invisible. And since it's a scroll, Pipette could eat it.
Yes.
And then there's also the, let's see here, snap. There it is. I also have these pins, these enchanted pronoun pins. When you attuning to the wearer's identity, the pin allows them to cast message 3 times per day, and when worn, your allies within 30 feet gain additional charisma when addressing diverse crowds. And between all of you and me, since I've known you before and I know how powerful Lux Et Umbra is, I do have this strange guy here. This wand, an absolute eyesore, a clashing swirl of rainbow colors, rhinestones, and a tassel on the end that vibrates with unspent energy. It's a faint humming sound when it's close to any living creature. It's supposed to cast a 5th level synesthesia, but when you use it, you have to roll on a d6, and it can either cause a dance break, reverse fashion explosion, it can kind of work, it can balloonify an enemy, or it takes a selfie and prints it out.
Nice.
Well, I have to get that.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
That is exactly.
There's only one of them, but thank you so much. I've been trying to see if I was find a good home for this for quite a while.
Oh, we'll find a great place to use this.
Fantastic. Is there any other scrolls I can interest you in? And he's got things like comprehend language, glitter dust, illusory disguise, dark vision, enlarge, bark skin, blur, falls, like all the little like 1 through 3 level scrolls.
Can you put that in the Discord?
I'll just take a picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Screenshot.
Then we'll get back to you later.
Perfect. And then Discord. Shane is up feeding the baby. Is that what he just said?
Yeah.
Poo. All right. Then, because I was just about to head up to that last spot. Was that the top left? Was that the only place remaining?
Yep.
All right. Do we want to give him a minute? Like, can we take a quick bathroom break?
Yeah, we could do that.
Do you have time for that?
Yeah.
Okay, because I do want to get this last part done, but I also don't want him to miss it. So let's take a quick break. We'll be back in hopefully like 10 minutes, and then we will finish this up, and we'll go from there. See everyone in shortly.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, we're back from intermission. Thanks for joining us. Happy Pride once again. Where last we left off, Lux Et Umbra was walking around the annual Etran's Folly Pride Parade, indulging in alcohol, food, and shopping alike. The day is coming to a bit of a close. The sun is beginning to set. The crowd has begun a bit of murmurs, as most of the crowd has begun to gather at the northwestern side of town, near some new statues, you notice. As you walk up, you see that there are 3 stone statues, all of which have the faces of dragons. Let me share this with you. One of which has angelic angel wings, one in the center has 2 butterfly wings, and the third one is playing the harp with a long glaive upon her back. Give me religion checks, anybody, in publicly. Let's call it a DC of...
It's Sarenrae,
35.
Desna, and Shalyn.
It is, yes.
I play too much Pathfinder. I know this.
Reese doesn't know anything.
Yeah, Danny doesn't even recognize her own goddess. Reese doesn't recognize. Con, no, none of the 3 of you recognize these.
Should I make it just for posterity?
For posterity, sure.
Yeah.
35.
All right. There's a
There it
19.
is. 54. So the three of you don't understand. These are weird statues. What's with these dragon statues? But Zavid, yes, you recognize immediately that these are Sarenrae, Desna, and Shalyn. But
Yeah, like I walk over and I just kind of look. I'm like, oh, that's clever, isn't it? And then I look at your blank face. I'm like, you don't get it?
No.
Danny, see the one with the harp? Right, and there's the bird on the harp, and the glaive, which is the weapon, the chosen weapon for who?
It looks really nice, whoever it is.
Girl, you gotta learn more about Shalyn, because you should have immediately saw that was supposed to be her. Yes, dragon face, sure, but the harp, the bird, the glaive, that should be the giveaway.
I didn't take that much into my religion, Zavid.
I look up to the sky and I go, Shalyn, if you're listening, please forgive her. She's new. And then I look over. I'm like, and that one's clearly Sarenrae. It's the angel wings plus the scimitar, which is her weapon. You guys see that, right?
No.
Oh.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm
Are
so
you sure?
lost.
I'm pretty sure. Guys, they built this one. This is a copy of the one that they built at our place. You've seen it before.
the difference
I
is
don't know if I
the
have.
one
I
that
don't
you've
think
seen
so.
at Shadow Valley is only of Sarenrae. The kobolds have never worshipped Desna or Shalyn before. This is
Right,
new.
yeah. But I just, in reference to the Sarenrae section, I'm like, that's like a
They had
copy of the
seen- yeah.
Sarenrae that they've got. And then the one in the middle, I'm like, butterfly wings. There's literally one goddess who's all about butterflies.
Zon-Kutan.
I
Provoke your powers.
think
Sounds
you would
like
definitely
combat
would.
knows.
She's, the goddess of dreams. and of chaotic good, which is very, Azata, which is sort of like the cool
Aphrodite.
angels. That is a Greek goddess that's not in our pantheon, so no. It's Desna! We met Desna's, not Herald, but they're chosen. We met her chosen.
He lives in Druma at the observatory.
Yeah, in your home country. He's like a big deal in your country.
He lives in her castle.
Honestly, he could live anywhere, and he chose to live in your kingdom, which that's a mark of honor for you.
Oh yeah, I feel really good about that. I still don't know who that is.
I can show you.
What's that meme of like someone kind of like they're looking down but with wide eyes? It's either a Simpsons thing, like a hold the fuck up. So it's Lisa or something. I think it's Lisa going like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
That's Zavid right now. Like, how do they not know this?
Oh my god.
Pembroke Wessel, seer of Desna.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Nice.
Blind. Spurf Niblin.
Yeah. It just goes to show she's not all about aesthetics the way Shalin is. Right? Shalin's chosen would be someone of unearthly beauty. Desna's just whoever's got the gift, whoever can do it. And it was this old, gnarly looking gnome guy. I kind of respect that about Desna.
Yeah. And as you're kind of having this conversation, you hear some tweeting of birds just off to your right. And
Can
as
I
you look,
just do a thing real quick? Can I
Sure,
just like
yeah.
move into Khan's ear? I don't see it. I think he's gone crazy.
I'm like explaining their portfolios. I'm like, Desna's goddess of like travel and dreams, your ambitions, your goals in life. She's a really easy goddess to follow because she kind of applies to everybody. And you're like shaking your head. I'm like, what do you mean? Stop! Stop shaking your head. We're like bickering.
Like wah 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 wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Sorry, I only subscribe to a god if it's part cat, so...
But as I said, you hear some tweeting out of to the right, and you're amazed that you didn't see him. But Simus, the Hierophant of the Phasing Moon Druids, whose fur has been dyed rainbow-colored in rainbow stripes, he has birds of every color all over his antlers because he has large moose antlers, or elk. No, those are moose antlers, with birds of every color lounging on them, tweeting away. And he sees you and says, "Ah, Lux Et Umbra, how wonderful to see you again."
Then he runs right into his arms.
Oh, yes, thank you, child.
He pats
We'll
you
say the reason we didn't see him was that there was a giant flag of the same colors behind him. And
Yeah,
he was in a shade of the
he
building.
blended
so
in
we
way
just
too
didn't
well.
notice because he was being very
Yeah.
still at first, and then he like moved into the light. We're like, oh,
I'll also say above table, he's legendary at stealth.
Oh, okay.
he's Drax from fucking
Drax,
Guardians of the
exactly.
Galaxy.
I love that.
I'm completely invisible if I don't move.
I so still you cannot see me.
Yes.
Happy Pride, everyone. I do believe that the sermon is going to start soon. Have you found good seats?
Yeah.
We're standing up like, is this fine? Or are there actual seats?
It should be fine with standing room. Yes. Thank you.
And he says thank you to Sugar Wanter, the kobold, as she's walking by with a big basket full of dried Chilaxian Reapers, handing one to every person.
Oh my
in the crowd here.
god.
I love her.
Happy Pride. May the Dawn Dragon bless you. Happy Pride.
For
That's
the
my girl.
flamers in the crowd.
Well done. Take a hero point for that.
Woohoo! 3 hero points.
So let's see. Yeah, I'm so excited for this. Should have been a little more timely. I made this art 2 weeks ago, so pretend that you saw this 2 weeks ago. It would have been much funnier, but it's still funny. So, on top of the back of the statue of Desna, the Dream Dragon, you hear the clank, clank, clank of plate armor.
Oh my god.
No longer does Fork wear the cowboy hat of Sheriff of
It's a Pope.
Etran's Folly. He has the regal, tall, religious hat of Pope.
Did the rainbow smoke come up?
The rainbow smoke came up.
Yeah, I did hear a pope died recently. This makes sense. They elected
Oh
a
my
new one.
god.
Yeah, this was supposed to be more timely.
Yeah.
Fork
Still
was
so
chosen
good.
Pope. I just want to point out that these 4 kobolds were supposed to be nothing more than a speed bump along the highway. They were bandits who were supposed to be one combat and done.
These kobolds are special.
But they're some kind of special.
I remember advocating for them, and I thought nothing of it. And then I think so, yeah. And I was just like, we'll give them a chance. And then they peeled off and they apprenticed under each one of you guys, and became like integral to our group. Like our proteges.
They're great. I love the bold ones.
Love
So, Pope Fork climbs up high atop the recently unveiled statue of Desna the Dream Dragon. His new hat, bestowed upon him by the faithful of the Dawn Dragon, who appears to be most of the town, glimmers in the sun. In his hands, he holds a massive, dried Chilaxian Reaper, larger than you've ever seen, bigger than an orc's hand. As he prepares his notes, the rest of the bold ones are handing out dried peppers to the amassing crowd.
Brothers, sisters, and everyone under the flame. Today, we bask not just in sunlight, but in its meaning. For we are not merely warmed by the sun, we are watched over by her. Not a distant ball of fire, oh no, the sun is a dragon. A glorious, radiant, roaring golden-scaled dawn dragon, with wings of plasma and breath of truth. She is Serenray, the Redeemer, the flame that burns but never judges, the fire that scalds away hate but leaves love untouched.
He pauses to eat the dried Chilaxian Reaper pepper. His entire body shakes, steam comes out of his nose and ears, and his voice cracks into a high-pitched warble.
Ah, she is the dawn! Serenray's heart belongs to 2 goddesses. Desna, who weaves the dreams of all living things into the stars, and Shelin, whose song is the beauty of the world. Now listen well. This is the part they don't tell you in the big temples. The Dawn Dragon, she does not fly alone. No, in truth, Desna and Shelin are dragons as well, having taken wing under the warm shininess of Serenray. The 3 of them, a bond stronger than adamantium, a throuple of divine light. They soar together through the heavens, dreaming, dancing, and loving.
He spins around, arms wide. The other bold ones cheer and slap their tails against the ground in rhythm.
Let that be our lesson today. Love freely, burn brightly, dream without shame. Whether you are scales or skin, big or small, whether you hold a sword, a staff, a spoon, or someone's hand, there is a place in the Dawn Dragon's sky for you all. Your fire in your heart is not a flaw. It is your torch to light the way for others. So eat the pepper, feel the heat, hold each other tight, and let no shadow tell you that your light is wrong, because together we are the dawn.
The old ones begin to... They begin munching their peppers as everyone in town begins to eat the peppers. As everyone in the town burns at the mouth. Do any of you partake?
No.
No.
I did mine earlier. I'm good. I'm not doing a second.
Yeah, we'll have the pepper.
All the pepper, why not?
The 2 of you decide to cheers with your dried pepper, munch it down, and it's almost like it magnifies the heat from the fresh ones. It's smoky, but it burns your whiskers right off almost, Con. And with this, the sun sets on a lovely day, a wonderful celebration of love and pride. And I think this is where we're going to stop for this session.
Yay!
Woo! That was so cute.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I had a wonderful time. I believe next session we're probably on next week, it sounds like. But next time we should be kicking right into the meat of the season, the real story. So hope everyone will join us. We'll see you then. Have a wonderful day and happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride!
Bye-bye!